of my very favorite comedians. His new sketch comedy CD is called Norm Macdonald, Ridiculous. Please welcome back to the program, Norm Macdonald. Norm! Oh, for God's sake. You feel the love?
What a crowd, what a crowd.
What? That's love.
Yeah,
pure.
That's right. I wasn't saying it with any irony.
No,
I think it's a good crowd.
Pure Norm Macdonald love. The CD is ridiculous, and this is a long-rumored project.
Yeah, it took me a long time to do it because it takes me a long time to do anything. I wanted to do a thing because when I was a kid, I listened to Cheech and Chong all the time, and so I wanted to do an album. It's very explicit. It's not for kids, but it is for the kids. So it's like tobacco guys, you know what I mean? They gotta aim for the kids.
That's exactly right.
I always felt sorry for those guys because it's like, who the hell are they gonna get a 50-year-old guy to start smoking?
They got me at 15.
Me too, I was 13.
I thought, if a camel can do it, who am I not to do it?
Remember that Joe Camel? I always laugh because they were said, like, subliminally, it looks like a penis. You know what I mean? And when I looked at it, I couldn't even find a camel. It looks, you know what I mean? Subliminally, it was a camel.
So did you think for a long time, why is that penis smoking?
No, because I've seen smoking penises.
And for the kids out there, it is a terrible habit for your penis to pick up. And I would not recommend it in any way.
The audience concurs.
Yes. We've all seen the pictures of the inside of a penis that is smoked.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. Well, that's what I love. You know, when we were kids, I loved the National Lampoon radio stuff. Nobody came up with CDs like that anymore. This is like the throwback.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do a stand-up CD because the market is saturated.
You and your market speak.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the crocodile hunter.
Did you?
Because I think
you're gonna make them sad.
Because I think, you know, it was tragic at the time, but I think I don't know, people calling me, man, they're shocked. Oh, hey, you wouldn't believe it, who got killed? The crocodile hunter.
Please don't make me laugh at this.
This is not good to do. He was 44 years old. I'm like, that's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter.
That's not.
And you know who had to be pissed about it were the crocodiles, because he got killed by some fruity fish. And so you know the crocodiles were like, hey man, that crocodile hunter got killed. Who did it, Frank? Nah, you don't even want to know, man.
Please don't do this anymore. This
Go, Bill, man, you had a chance. When the guy go, man, I had a chance. I had that mother. He was Tommy with a stick. I could have eaten him and his kid.
I don't feel good about this.
You remember I ever tell you that story, Bill? Yeah, only 1,000 times.
That's for the kids. All right, Norm Macdonald, we're putting you in a new feature. There's a new feature on the program. Just unveiled it yesterday. You ready for it?
Sure.
It's a new thing called The Daily Show, Seat of Heat. Roll the thing. You ready for it? You ready? Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and Canadian Foreign Minister Peter MacKay. They met yesterday. Here's some of their repartee.
I slept so well, you know, the air is so great. Terrific air to sleep in.
She loves the cool Atlantic breezes here in Atlantic Canada. She left her window open last night.
All right, here's my question to you, Norm Macdonald. Are they f***ing? Take your time. Take your time. Mull it over.
It's hot. It's hot in here. Well, I am a Canadian, as you know. But I love America better. But I'm a Canadian, and I know this Peter MacKay character. I've known him for years.
Thought you'd have some insight.
If I was Condoleezza Rice, I wouldn't be too flattered, because that guy will f*** anything. I swear to God.
Norm Macdonald is off the hot seat.
Wait,
You're off.
wait, I want to say one thing.
One more thing.
One thing about, because this was a rumor, and I don't know if it's
There's a rumor they were together.
No, this was a rumor that long went around Canada about Peter MacKay years ago.
Let's hear it.
I don't know if it's true, it might be an urban myth, but they say one time on a dare, he f***ed a crocodile.
All right, that's it. Norm Macdonald, ridiculous. It's in the stores now. Welcome back. My guest tonight, one of our favorites, a very funny comedian. His upcoming show for Comedy Central is called Sports Show with Norm Macdonald. Please welcome back to the program, Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald! Come and sit down. That was the fastest walkout ever. That was speed. That was the fastest walkout I've ever had.
Yeah, well, who wants to see people walking, man? We got to do jokes. We're the greatest crowd, man. They're the greatest crowd I've ever seen.
How do you do that? Because that was...
No, I do have to widen my circle of crowds. But how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. I miss you. I was telling you this backstage. One of the few comics when I don't hear your comedic voice for all, I miss it. It's so funny and I'm so glad to see you coming back to TV.
Hey, listen, man. I like all your politics.
Thank you, Norm. I appreciate that. Now, you're Canadian. Your government has collapsed. It's completely collapsed.
It has?
It's completely collapsed.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't matter at all. This is why, because you're such a political guy, and I realized when I came here, because I was never political, and it's because you're from America and I'm from Canada, and in America you have a duty to be political, because you vote for the wrong guy, he blows up the world. Right? Now, in Canada, here's our elections in Canada. Go, hey, listen, how does that guy stand on the bridge building? That's every time. One guy goes, I think we should build the bridge. The other guy says, I don't care for the bridge. So
it's all bridge-based politics.
We don't got they never gave us no red phone. You're president. I thought you were political.
No, I didn't realize we had a red phone.
You don't realize
but here's the part of
president
America
has a red phone?
But here's what it's come to be for in America.
And you're the most trusted man in America?
No, I'm not trusted. It seems like now, no matter who we vote for, no matter which guy we get, we still blow it out of the world. So, at a certain point, maybe we just like blowing stuff up.
Americans? Well, listen, if I was president, man, I'd get on that red phone right away and blow something up.
What would you blow up first?
What would I blow up?
Yeah.
That stupid high school I went to for...
Empty building, of course.
But listen, man, I'll tell you this, though. With the streets of Libya running with blood...
Yeah. Okay, I'll buy your premise.
Yeah. Listen, the Egyptians are so brave, and the guys in Tripoli trying to take over, and Bahrain. Here's what I'm trying to get at. I'm from Canada. We got a queen. She lives in England, right? We're so we can't get. Seriously, I could get a bunch of buddies of mine. I swear to God, I could get 2 or 3 dozen buddies of mine. We could go over to Buckingham Palace takeover.
I would totally do that with you.
It's an old bag in a castle.
You know what is the most difficult part of that? finding which room she's in. Do you have any idea? If you go attack her, there's like 130 rooms. We'd probably lose interest before we got to her.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. But, you know, Gaddafi is surrounded by what is he surrounded by?
Bahrain. I'm guessing he's surrounded by, like, dancing girls. He's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a nutbag.
No, he likes the ladies. That's what I heard.
Did you know he has a Ukrainian nurse who apparently is...
Well, follows her everywhere. Yeah, pretends he's a nurse, but I've heard that maybe there's a little hanky-panky going on. Listen, I don't want to badmouth Gaddafi. I want to talk about Watson the computer.
Oh, let's talk about that. I'm happy to talk about that.
You know that character?
I love that guy. He was on Jeopardy. He crushed.
Yeah, he was on Jeopardy, and he crushed. You guys know Watson the computer?
Sure. Terrific.
Yeah. So, I watched it. It was cool. And the funny thing was, like, they were like, I wonder if, who's going to win? Watson the computer? Or that guy that works down at the hat store? And, first of all, I don't think he should be called Watson, because wasn't Watson the guy that didn't know Sherlock Holmes?
He was the helper. It should be Sherlock.
Yeah, Watson was like, hey, what about this? And then he'd go, elementary, my idiot friend. So he should have been called Sherlock. But anyways, you know.
No, it was a good aside.
So, so Watson naturally he's a computer.
Crushed him.
Yeah. Killed them, you know? And even his stories were better, you know what I mean? You notice that? Like when Alex Trebek would say the story, I go, Watson, I understand you have a story about jail, you know? And then Watson was like, yes, one time Oscar Wilde was in prison and George Bernard Shaw came to him and said, why, Oscar, what are you doing in there? To which Oscar Wilde quickly retorted, why, George Bernard, what are you doing out there? You know? And the guy next to him was like, God damn, I was going to tell my story about the hat. I gave the guy the wrong hat that time.
When does this show come on? When does the show come on the air? You gotta watch it whenever it's on. Sports show with Norm Macdonald premieres on Comedy Central Tuesday, April 12th at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah!
Yes, you're on leading. Norm Macdonald. Please welcome Norm Macdonald. We looked at it earlier.
You good?
He actually shaved it. It's not even a bald spot.
Oh, my God.
Norm Macdonald, nice to see you.
Good to see you, too, man.
Your fans are out in force.
Yeah, they're good people, right?
They're good, fine people. How you doing with the new season? Are they driving you nuts? Or they changed the name? They got
Yeah, they changed the name from The Norm Show to Norm.
yeah, that testing and research and everything.
It's like For the Love of the Game. You know that movie? They changed that
What'd they change that
to For Love of Game or something.
to? And that was it. And they thought that was gonna work.
Yeah, they decided to take. They thought "does" like slowed things down.
Yeah. Well, the remote controls that people have to flip around. You know how it goes. Are you enjoying the high life now, being the big network star and zooming around, getting the free beers at places, that sort of thing?
They give you free beers? No.
Don't they? They don't give you the free beers?
They gave you. I actually went to this bar where they give you those. You ever have them shooters?
Sure.
Yeah.
The little, they're almost, they look like little beers.
Yeah. No. They're little tiny drinks like that, and they have sex names, like dirty sex names. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, right. Like
sex on the beach, or you know,
or
blow thing.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
They give you those free?
Yeah, I don't know. That was an old bit I used to do in my stand-up, and I was going to do it, and then I just abandoned it.
You bailed out? You're like, we don't want to get into the beer thing. We're not going to go that direction. You know, our show's up in Canada now. We're up in your, do you think they could use a little bit of our humor? Yeah, we just got into, what is it called, Saskatchewan? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, you don't care. You fled that country.
No,
you don't
it
even
seems
care
like
anymore.
if you're already on in the United States, that's the only thing that counts.
No. This has always been to get to Canada for us. Yeah, always. We've never... Everybody's on in America.
Yeah.
But only Wayne and Schuster dominate Canada. We're gonna...
How do you know them?
I had a tape once.
Yeah,
That was really it. No, I was up late one night. You know, in Canada, they show naked movies for free on TV.
Oh, yeah,
You flip around in it.
Absolutely.
Did you hear a deep voice over there say, yes?
Yeah, yes. Insertion, too.
Is that, you know what? I didn't hear the parenthetical comment, but as our went, but that's a nice treat.
What? Oh, naked, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? I was in
What's that?
You know where you go into the hotels and you get your SpectraVision with the pornos on it?
Yeah.
The pornos in the SpectraVision are not hard. They're pornos, but they cut out like insertion shots. They cut out. You know what I mean? They cut out vaginas and penises.
That sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't show that part, and I'm wondering, like, who is offended by that? Like, you know what I mean? Is somebody whacking after a porno phone down? What the hell's going on here? This is unbelievable. It's offensive here. I'm trying to whack off, and there's a insertion here, you know? Right? That's right.
I don't know whatever you're talking about. The only thing I've noticed about those movies, quite honestly, billing is immediate.
That's right.
Because you try, and if you're like me, you're a film connoisseur, you like to check out the different plots. And but if you just watch a couple of minutes, just enough to see that it's going to be nurses, or whatever it is, it shows up on your bill that you watched like 15 of them. If you, I mean, from what...
I got you.
Yeah.
One time, I was watching one of those. I was whacking.
Yeah.
So I'm whacking off watching it, and all of a sudden, Bruce Baum is on it. You know that comedian? He's a comedian that's like a friend of mine, right? And so he shows up, like, because he's the comic part of it, like they're showing some sex. All of a sudden, he comes in, and right at the time when I was, you know, finishing off.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to call up Bruce Baum anymore.
When this airs, we're going to make sure we get a picture of Bruce Baum, the Flash.
He's a great man. He's a funny man.
He's a great man, but you need to see the visual to understand Norm's pain. Thank you very much for coming by. As always, the funniest man I know.
Yeah, this is
Norm Macdonald. Norm airs on Wednesday nights on ABC. Norm Macdonald. Welcome back to the program. My guest tonight, a very funny comedian and actor, is on Saturday Night Live for many years. His new show is Fox's A Minute with Stan Hooper. Please welcome Norm Macdonald. Norm!
Hey, Johnny. That clip didn't seem that entertaining.
That's not the whole show, is it?
That's the best part.
You picked that out especially for
I
us?
miss you, Johnny.
I miss you. TV is
Congratulations.
better in my mind. Stop it.
On
TV
your
is better.
Academy Award.
Don't even talk about it. Just wait.
Ah, you won an Emmy.
Wait till the voices come out. We're going to be top notch. By the way, you are the first guest to sit in our new couch. Talk to me about...
This is some couch, I'll tell you that, man.
What do you think?
I'd it. That's the highest compliment you can pay a couch.
It is a high compliment. It's just we have a minivan of nuns that is... Have you ever felt a couch that you felt that way before this couch?
No, this is the first one, man. I'm a normal fella, you know.
Do you think it's the ultra suede?
It may be the, it has a alluring come hither look.
It has a bit of a nice slant to it, I believe.
It's a goddamn whore, let's be honest. No, it's a nice couch, it's a nice couch. I don't mean to disparage the couch.
TV is better when Norm Macdonald is on it. That is my postulation, that is my theory, that is my, this whole interview will be applause breaks back and forth. And you know what?
What's that?
America is a great country.
America is the best country in the world.
Norm Macdonald got more applause than America.
I know you say that with irony, but you know, I'm from Canada.
Where?
Canada.
Show me where that is. I've heard tale of it. But you've been living here for years.
Yeah, and America is the greatest country in the world, and Canada, 35.
You can't say that. You have to go. You have family there. They'll see you at
my family's
at
fine.
Boxing Day or whatever do they have holidays?
They do have Boxing Day. How do you know about that? Now, you should
I read the
explain
papers.
it. They're going to think that that has something to do with the pugilism, but it is actually not.
Boxing Day is nothing to do with pugilism. It's a day in Canada where all the small children.
What's pugilism mean?
That'd be the art
boxing,
of the sweet science,
sorry, you're right,
as
the
it were.
sweet science. Yeah.
Boxing Day in Canada is all the children are put in boxes and set out on Lake Huron.
Yes, that's right.
And whoever doesn't sink
Is not a witch.
Is not a witch, and is the next prime minister. I think.
I think that's right.
I think that is correct.
Yeah.
But now you live in Los Angeles, the lap
Parliamentary
of.
system. Yes, I do. The lap of fire.
Oh yeah, that's. Are you anywhere near? Is that anywhere near?
No, that's the one bright spot in the whole thing is that I'm in no danger at all.
You know, they haven't covered that on the news as much as. Not a lot of Norm Macdonald updates.
I saw, this is an interesting thing I saw. You know, they have that little scroll that goes under CNN? I'm watching it the other day. Baghdad's getting bombed, right?
Right.
And underneath on the scroll it says, Daniel Kellison to leave the Jimmy Kimmel show. Isn't that backwards?
You think they should have been covering that in the regular news, and the little crawl should have been Baghdad is bombed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because since that crawl, remember, just started September 11th. We never had that.
They didn't have the crawl before that, no.
And now the crawl is because at that time there was so much information. You know, you'd be watching the thing, and then all of a sudden it'd say, "Watch out, duck!" and you go, "Ah!"
It was immediate.
Right, it was immediate.
Yeah.
Because there was so much information flowing, and now they just kept the crawl, and there's nothing to put on there. So you'll see things like, singer James Taylor set to wed, and you're like, oh.
The favorite one that I've seen so far is it said it was another of those situations. They were announcing that Uday and Kusei had been killed in that giant raid, and underneath it said, Beyonce says she doesn't like the word bootylicious. And it was just such a great, but it's that same damn thing. I want you to put a ticker on your show. Will you put a ticker on the Stan Hooper show?
And I've never been on that scroll, and yet for years I've said I don't like that word bootylicious. But that doesn't make the news.
But CNN is not covering Norm Macdonald to the extent people want.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. How you liking doing the program? Is it enjoyable for you? Is it fun to work? Do you prefer to gamble?
Why do you have to bring that up?
Are you having fun doing it?
No, I love working. You know, I retired from show business. You know, and nobody noticed. So
I noticed.
So I realized that I had to get back into it so that I could become a big star, then retire from show business.
Thank you.
And then it would be a big star.
That's how Celine Dion does it.
That's right.
Then you go to Vegas and you open up your own Norm Macdonald Theater.
That's right, and you marry an old dude that blows all your money. That's my dream.
A fine dream it is, sir.
Certainly.
A Minute with Stan Hooper airs Wednesday nights at 8:30 on Fox. It's Norm Macdonald back on TV where he belongs.
But every time you're on the show, I get one comment afterwards from people on the street, people out in the world. They say, I loved Norm last night. Was he drunk? They always ask me that. Now, I explain to them that, no, you are not a drinking man, which you are not. But do you have any vices at all? Any vices?
Yeah, well, no, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. But lately, I've been spicing up the sex life.
By just saying it 3 times? That's your method of spicing it up?
My method is, I decided to spice things up. I got into, do you know what S&M is?
Yes, I know what S&M is.
It's the sadomasochistic lifestyle.
Okay.
And so I said, I'll give it a whirl, you know. So,
really? I'll give it a whirl?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'll tell you something about this lifestyle. First of all, the thing they don't tell you is if you're a beginner, you have to be the masochist.
Really? You have to be the one that's getting the punishment.
Yes, clearly you want to be the sadist.
Yeah.
So that's a jip. So I'm with my lady friends, and I'm still trying to understand, but my lady friend, sweet girl, and she is the sadist. And you have to have a safe word. This is very, very important.
I've heard about this,
yes, it's like when you say this word, you know, it's a safe word.
That means the person knows that you're not kidding around. Stop doing whatever you're doing.
It's a safe word.
Yeah.
And so anyways, she's putting me through all sorts of, sexual torture and so forth.
And what have you?
And, then I say my safe word.
Uh-huh. What is it?
It's boring. That's a good one.
Stupid.
I don't know, like that. I am going to return to my former sexual lifestyle.
Well, yeah, what's that?
It's trying to find a lady and convincing her to let me lie down on top of her.
That sounds so romantic the way you describe it. I want to lie down on top of you. What, and take a nap? What do you?
I'm just saying I'm very simple. I don't need no, I don't need no where they whip your balls or anything.
Okay.
I'm just an old chunk of coal that likes to,
Old chunk of coal. Yeah. Likes S&M, apparently.
No, that's what I was just trying to. I'm getting back to just lying on top of a lady.
Okay, all right.
Which even that proves extraordinarily hard.
Okay. Norm, you got this new show, sports show with Norm Macdonald.
I'm taking so many Viagra now. I'll tell you this.
What's that, Norm?
My doctor told me I'm on the same dose that they give to the donkey for the second show in Tijuana.
Okay, now listen.
For the second show,
Why do I continue to have you on? And yet I love it.
No, the second show.
The sports show.
Oh, yeah,
People love this program. It's on Comedy Central.
Comedy Central, yeah.
And so now you are a sports fan for a long time. You love sports, and I'm just curious, what's going on in the world of sports right now that we should know? What's in the news, you sportster?
I don't know. There's something about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Not really a sports story, but...
Oh, yeah, no, he wasn't Mr. Universe. It's funny, right? Yeah. People say, hey, how did he become the governor of California? He was Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
And we're surprised.
Yeah, that's a bigger title. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, man.
I
was watching the Mr. Universe contest there last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a couple of weeks later, they had Mr. World on. I said, I think I'm going to vote for that guy who won Mr. Universe.
Because he encompasses so much more than Mr. World.
Yeah. But what were you asking again?
Forget it. What's going on in the world of sports?
Sports.
I heard someone got a big award today.
Oh, Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
Yes, Dennis Rodman. Here's an interesting thing.
Dennis Rodman.
Here's an interesting thing. Do you ever notice this?
Yeah.
Penny Youngman
Yeah.
is an old man.
Yeah.
But Gary Oldman is a young man.
Look at that. You're back. You're almost at a perfect score for that one.
No, really?
They just cheapened the Olympics so much.
No, that wasn't like a great joke, but it was just
don't sell it too short.
It's like it was more a comment.
Well, we're almost out of time, so if you were going to make some comment about Dennis Rodman, we'll have to get to it next time.
Yeah.
Because we're out of time, aren't we, Jeff?
Hey!
What's that? Jeff's going, Jeff's come to life. He's like, stop it. You got to stop it. You got to make it stop.
What about Paul Newman is an old man?
We got another one?
What about Gary Mann is a guy who works over at Comedy Central?
Is that what happened?
I don't know.
You fascinate me. You fascinate me more than any other guest I've talked to.
You know who would be cool to see? You ever see The Hangover?
Yeah?
That was an awesome movie, man.
Yeah, there's a sequel. Hangover Part 2 coming out, and the director's coming up.
He is? I love that guy, Todd Phillips. I was at a party with him. I went to a party. Todd Phillips was at the party.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome.
Well, he's coming out in just a minute. If there's still time, but I'm going to get him out here.
Oh, awesome.
Sports Show with Norm Macdonald airs Tuesdays at 10:30 on Comedy Central. Norm Macdonald. We'll be right back. Welcome, Courtney Thorne-Smith. Norm, you're sick and you're all over her like a bear rug. Just leave her alone.
No, because before, during the commercial, I was saying I had a huge crush on her.
Yeah.
And then you said you did too.
I said I did. When you were on Day by Day, I developed this big crush on you, and this whole talk show is a scheme to get you here.
I liked it when she was on the Tomorrow Show with Tom Snyder. Not the Tomorrow Show, but the Later Show.
He says to me in the
You
break.
have no idea who I am.
Yeah, no, I know from that show. That's all.
He says to me, "Oh, I really like her. I saw her. I really think she's great. I really have a crush on her." And I said, "Where? You saw her at Melrose Place?" He said, "No, I was watching Tom Snyder, and she was on, and she was a great guest." And I said, "Wait a minute, that's the show that's opposite our show. Why weren't you watching our show, pal?"
Because I wasn't on it that night.
All right, no, stay. We have exciting stuff to talk about. You've been on this show, Melrose Place, for 5 years.
For 5 years.
And now you're leaving. Why are you leaving?
It's time. You know? I mean, how many times
feel
do you be
like Oprah.
fired, rehired, drunk, sober?
I understand.
know.
I
Thank
understand.
you.
Yes, I see. You mean you got tired of because they had your character pretty much go insane, go through all these really weird.
Allison has been through so much. I was sexually harassed, carjacked, had an affair with a married man who then tried to rape me and then shot himself while on the phone with me. I was drunk, sober. While getting sober, though, I got to have an affair.
Did he do all that stuff while on the phone with you, or just shot himself? Wait, I'm curious.
No, I was on the phone in the office, which makes it really awkward.
All right, okay.
And he was in Seattle, and he shot himself.
Oh my God.
While he was on the phone. I know.
Yeah, and so you finally said there's no more that this character can do, right?
I can't do any more. I've been married and divorced and widowed, and it's too much.
What's going to happen in the season finale? Can you give us a tip for all those fans out there? What's going to happen?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
You'd be mad at
Good
me
night,
if I
everybody.
did.
We had a good time. No, I mean, but give us some sense of is it one of those? Because every year they try and have a season finale where everybody gets into a Zeppelin and blows up, Something.
Well, now you've given it away.
It's a Zeppelin. It's a Zeppelin. All right.
Are you talking about Melrose Place? No, because
You're the biggest ass I ever met. I love you for it.
No, because I swear to God, and when I lived in L.A., I lived on the actual street called Melrose Place. There's an actual street.
There's a Melrose. Is there really a Melrose
There's really
Place?
a Melrose
There is a Melrose
Place.
Place.
You
All
know
right.
this, right?
Yes, it's true.
So they opened a restaurant called Melrose Place on it, and then it's right beside my house. And every time I go out, there's all these retards, like tourists, and then these tourist retards, they're always fat and they're taking pictures, standing in front of this restaurant.
Yeah? Well, thanks for the help, pal. He'll get over it. You'll see. Now, I got to ask you about this because we brought... Shut up. That makes it all right. Well, I want to talk to you about something because this came up earlier in the show accidentally because I didn't know what Norm was going to talk about tonight, and it's best sometimes if I don't know. But he mentioned Carrot Top. You are making a movie with Carrot Top, right?
I made a movie with Carrot Top.
Okay. You've made a movie with Carrot Top. It's not out yet.
No, it's
Can you
not
put the
out yet.
picture up of Carrot Top again just so we can all see him? Oh, there it is again, yeah. All right. Okay.
Wait a minute, she left Melrose Place to do a movie with Carrot Top?
That's where I'm going, my friend. This begs the question now, why a movie with Carrot Top?
Why a movie with Carrot Top?
I mean, no, I don't know much about Carrot Top, I don't know much about him. I'm a little jealous because he's a red-haired comedian, and I felt like maybe you'd do a movie with me first, then move on to Carrot Top, then to Ralph Mal from Happy Days. Sort of the three. There's an order in which you do movies with the redheads. What's he like, first of all?
He's extraordinarily sweet.
Nice guy.
He really is. And he worked very hard, and he was adorable.
And he worked with a lot of props and stuff, too, right?
Not in the movie.
Oh, in the movie they took his props away?
They took his props away.
That's a bad time to suddenly take away everything you know about comedy. You've been using props now all your life for comedy. Now we're going to take them away when you make your first movie. Was he okay, though, with it? He was cool?
He was great. He did a wonderful job.
Do you have a scene where you and him embrace?
Yeah, lots of making out.
Oh, for God's sake.
Nothing but making out.
All right.
It's like 9.5 weeks, but Carrot Top. Basically, what we were doing.
Wow! I got to check out that movie.
Is it called 9.5 Seconds? Like he's premature ejaculator.
We got it.
You know what happened? This is what happened. You know what happened? He said 9.5 seconds, and I'm looking at him because I know there's more. Then I wait, and I see the glimmer in the eye, and then bang! I thought you were going to crack whore, but no. But what's the movie going to be called? Really?
I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
Lauren Smith, the girl sitting to your left, is in the movie.
I'm going to go see it for conscience.
After you scare everybody else away?
No, I love this girl. I would see any movie with this girl in it. She's a beautiful lady and a talented, nice talk show guest.
Okay. As evidenced by her appearance on our rival show. All right, well, there's this 2-hour season finale of Melrose Place. There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
We're going to take a break now. We're going to have Collective Soul in a second.
This is Norm Macdonald.
What?
No, I kid. I know you're the world's most active hetero.
I'm not. I'm very, as a matter of fact, I'm very asexual.
Why is that? What drove you to that? Is it fear of germs or what?
Just people. Even having a meal with them's hard enough, you know? Let alone all that filthy stuff that goes on afterwards.
So you're literally talking about watching a grilled cheese go into the oral orifice repulses you. You can't even...
I know all about that Larry Craig guy, man. There's nothing to understand about that. I mean, what do you need a psychiatrist for? You know it, and I know it. I mean, if there was co-ed bathrooms, we're heterosexual. If there were co-ed bathrooms,
yeah,
and this kind of stuff was going on, man, I'd be there all the time. Let's not kid ourselves.
All right, I'm not kidding myself, Norm. You've nailed me. Where are you at today, brother? Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you. I just woke up, and Christian just woke me up.
Ah, Jesus. Why did you do that, Christian? You know Norm needs to sleep.
Christian's becoming the bane of my precious last few moments of life.
What don't we know, my friend? What have you got the Epstein bar or what?
I just mean in the sense that we all only have a precious few moments of life left. I was talking in the broader.
No.
But listen, you know what I think about that Senator Craig thing now, is that what I want to know is those codes, man, because you know there's these things that happen in life that I think I'm kind of cynical, you know.
Yes.
And then they happen, and I go, man, I didn't know that existed in life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And one was the pit bull thing.
Sure. Who would have thought that people were that monstrous? I agree with you.
Right. But when I talk to people, they go, oh yeah, that happens. Like I knew about that, you know. And I go, you did? Like I never knew that. But not that I compare the two. But I had no idea there was this bathroom thing going on that was so. You know, it wasn't just a small thing because they had a sting operation, they had a code, you know. The Minneapolis airport, the bathroom was apparently famous.
It's the Tigris and Euphrates of the code tapping.
Exactly. So for you or me, we would just be I can't speak for you, but for me, it would just be a place we quickly run in, you know. These guys, they're going, have you been to the Minneapolis airport bathroom? Place is the hottest joint in town. Talk about your mind-blowing sex.
There's like a velvet rope, like outside Studio 54.
That'd be great. With an old black gentleman allowing you in.
Are you on the list?
Exactly.
You know, my feeling, Norm, is they ought to put in, like Grauman's Chinese Theater, put how wide Craig's footprints were in soft cement in there, so people can come in for photo ops and see how absolutely. Yeah,
I think they should put a list of what the code is, because I don't know codes, you know, and I don't want to do the code by mistake, because a lot of times I'll be listening to my iPod.
Well, you know, the thing about the code is if you don't know it and you miss.
What if I was tapping my toes to listening to my Billy Joe Shaver CD?
Right.
And my toe tapped against an old dude's police officer, and then he knocked on the thing, and I took off my boots. I go, what? He goes, what time is it? I go, 7 o'clock. I look at my watch. He goes, are you sure? I go, absolutely. Next thing, he's clambering under or something. I go, no, I don't know.
Misreading the whole thing.
You need the code at all? Couldn't you, if I was doing it, I would just stand in the center of the bathroom thing and just, peer at guys.
I know you give off the wrong vibe. All of a sudden you got Sam Drucker. You know when you go to get your car re-lubed and they lay on that thing that has wheels on it? You look down, you got Sam Drucker coming under the stall into yours. Or if you misdo the code, the Carpathia shows up in an effort to pull people out of the lifeboats.
The anonymous thing to me has always been, because I find it like it would take me probably a year before I was comfortable enough with a person,
Right.
Show them my back of my hair on my back. But the anonymous part, like here's a guy, he's never met a guy ever, in his whole life. And he's in an airport, and he's like, come on in, sir, we don't have much time. I hope you like the place. I was just defecating in it. I didn't want to do that. Anyways, I got an 8:40 to Chicago. I don't have much time to get this robe and get to this film. I'm going to grab a slice of Sbarro and...
All right, Norman, I got to rock, baby. I'm up against a hard break, as was Larry Craig. This is the Dennis Miller Show. All right, folks, we are about to be joined by a comedy genius, legitimate, 4 stars, my highest approval rating, if I am to be the David Horowitz of comedy, give the ratings. I've always thought he was a genius. I met him when he was younger, but I remember the true moment where I thought this guy is an absolute genius. He used to do a parody of Letterman, which was so side-splittingly insightful and funny on Saturday Night Live, and my favorite moment was he had somehow gleaned that Letterman was so ill at ease with being Letterman that immediately, he might not do it now, but way back when, the millisecond the show was over, Letterman would take his jacket off and almost fling it and flee the stage. And that was Norm's payoff on the bit. And I remember seeing it and thinking, that is one of the most brilliant comedy moments that I had seen in a long time. Norm!
Man, I found out you and I like the same guy.
Why is that?
It's like 2 girls talking.
So we're the same guy because we're like 2 girls talking.
No, they would say you and I like the same guy,
Exactly.
It's Dennis. It's Brian Regan. I mean.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Isn't that guy amazing? I've been talking about him forever, and all these other bad guys get TV shows.
Right.
And he's the funniest guy ever, and he's on the road. But now he's doing big arenas and stuff.
Yeah, something's going to happen there, Norm, because it's like Tim Allen. Remember, Tim used to fill the arenas, then the next thing you know, he got his payoff. That's going to happen with Regan. Does anybody make you laugh hard? I mean, I'm in danger when I watch him.
Oh, no, it's crazy. And he's the kind of guy you want to bring people to,
Well, Norm, you have that in you.
It's impossible to be so funny and not dirty, so...
Well, you have that in you. You were the most booked guest I had on my 9-year run on HBO because you used to just kill me, man. You have that ability to waste me. So.
Oh, my God.
Well, you remember you were on the last show, actually. You played a swearing man of the future.
No, that show was funny, man. That Dennis Miller show. Remember that show? You remember, of course.
Just a young kid with a dream. I was there for most of them.
You had the coolest jobs ever, like a half hour a week.
I know.
Where you just got to be yourself and talk.
I know. They got on to me eventually. Now I'm doing 3 hours.
Monday Night Football, all of a sudden, like some crazy dream happened. Oh, my God. Meanwhile, I'm on the Norm Show.
A fever dream.
Meanwhile, I'm over on a minute with Stan Hopper.
You know what show I would like to see you host, Norm? And this is the God's truth. I would like to see you host To Catch a Predator. I see that as being a good medium for you. What's your thoughts on the To Catch a Predator show?
Oh, no, you just brought that up because I was telling that guy earlier I was thinking of that show, To Catch a Predator.
Well, thank you for unfolding my conceit here. I was trying to get you into the area you wanted to talk about.
That was like a crazy coincidence because I just talked to that Christian dude about that.
Jesus, Norm, could you diffuse this anymore?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was a setup. I was putting the ball on the tee. I'm Cheech Marin.
Nice.
Now go ahead, knock it off.
You're like Ed McMahon.
Yeah, exactly. Until you expose me.
Remember when Ed would go, this is the funniest thing, is when Johnny would have all the periodicals,
Right.
They'd show all the periodicals. Unbelievable that there could be so many, they have one on hunting and one on fishing. And then Ed McMahon would go, I'm glad you brought those. Because you brought every magazine that there could be on this subject. Every magazine on the subject of hunting is here in this pile. There's not a magazine that isn't.
And then Carson would come in with some sort of rejoinder and take it back.
He would use, like if it was a hunting thing, he'd go, you were wrong.
Yes, you were wrong, Elmer Fudd.
tumor-fed breath. I thought it'd be funny if it was a 911 tape. Remember when Carson had the heart attack?
Right.
This seemed funnier to me when he was still alive, you know. But he had that heart attack. If there was like a 911 tape, because they have them on everywhere now, you know.
Yes.
And it was Johnny Carson at the phoning, and he was, they're like, "How do you feel, sir?" And he's like, "I feel like I have a yak on my chest."
You are correct, sir. Tell me about.
Funny about Dana and Johnny doing those guys, because that was before I was in show business. I just watched you guys on TV do it.
Right.
When they did the Carson, I love that they do them different than they really are. You know what I mean? Like that they play Ed McMahon like a very in control guy. You know that talked back to Carson. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And mocked him.
Right.
That was really funny to me.
Phil, well, that was Phil's instinct to do that, and you know, who was funnier than Phil? No, so you don't want to talk about the Predator thing?
Ah, yeah, man, to catch a predator. No, I was just.
They told me they said Norm wants to talk about Predator, and all of a sudden I'm at a Carson Wake here. Are you sad about Johnny's loss?
That's misrepresenting it too, because then people will think, you know, Norm's phoning going, "Hey, can I talk at all about the Predator thing?"
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It wasn't on your mind. I kind of put it there. Do you have any ad-lib thoughts on it?
It's not going to be funny now.
All right. You know what I've done to you? It's like Jerry Lewis with Charlie Callis with the Duck Hunter.
Exactly. I have to come.
All right, then let me throw you a curve and see what else you go. What about OJ or Mike Vick? You got anything on either of them?
Okay, then this is complete coincidence. This is the most insane coincidence of all.
These are two big topics in the news. I thought I'd just throw them out there and see if you had any observations.
No, I'm just kidding. What were the ones? Michael Vick was. No, I was just saying that. You know, obviously I'm against. I do stand-up. You know, stand-up comedy.
Sure, you do.
And by the way, I'll be at. Can I plug something?
Go. You can use the rest of the segment for plugs.
Oh, because I'm not doing any stand-up. But anyway. But when I go to the club, I went to the club and I thought of the idea about that Michael Vick. First of all, you love football, obviously, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, sure. I go way back with football and cockfighting. You know.
Exactly. So you'll say that and Michael Vick was the most exciting player in football. He could change a team by himself.
Yes. Well, that's a solid observation.
That's what's so sad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The dogfighting's sad too, but if it was just some guy, that was played in football like a third-string quarterback, it wouldn't be that sad. So, but Michael Vick, obviously, it hurt him, it hurt his fans, it hurt the whole sport of dogfighting.
So you think it's brought dogfighting down?
I tried to say that like Drake.
It's kind of
dogfighting.
Can we talk about Drake?
But listen, man, Vic. Can you imagine? Here's something to think about. Imagine if you were a dog living in a dog kennel. You ever been in those? A pound?
Sure.
That's your house?
Right.
So they suck, right? They're the worst houses ever.
Bad.
So the dog will go anywhere, and dogs love everyone. So they're just sitting in their horrible place, and, the guy, an old bald guy comes in and wants to bring you home, and you're all happy. Normally you're not, right?
Yeah, sure.
So imagine you're sitting there and you're like, hey guys, man, you're not going to believe this, but we got adopted, all of us got adopted, and you're not going to believe for a second who it was. They're like, who? Was it that bald guy from earlier today? No, it wasn't no bald guy. Think left-hander, Atlanta. It was Michael Vick. That's who it was. Now, get out of here. That's who's our new owner. They're excited, you see?
Very pumped up, the dogs.
They're pumped up. They're like, you're kidding me. I'm trying to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and they go, wow, they're in the house. Everything's exciting. They were just in a pound. Now they're at Michael Vick's house. They couldn't be more excited. They hit the jackpot. And they're walking through the house going, man, I've never seen so many TVs. And then later it's not so good. When the other guys tell him,
right.
When the other guys go, listen, he's a good, Michael Vick's a complicated character, and I love Michael Vick. Ralph will tell you. But, yeah.
Ralph is the other dog.
The other dog. He's talking. How the dogs talk and they have names.
Sure, and they go.
Ralph will tell you. I said Vic is the best thing to have in a football in forever. But on the other hand, he electrocuted me last week, so I have mixed feelings with Vic. This is one thing about the Michael Vick thing. He electrocuted them, which was awful, and shot them, right?
Right.
And then in one of them, he strangled them.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I was saying, as heinous as this seems, that one part, him strangling a pit bull dog,
yes,
seems not so heinous. It seems kind of brave if that's all he ever did. And, you know, I'm sure Michael Vick's hands are really strong, but Pitbull's neck.
Well, Norm, when I see the nuances you've peeled back on the Vick story, I could only send you a big, hearty hail thank you that you dodged the To Catch a Predator question.
Well, that's the one I wanted to talk about.
Because I have no idea where that was.
So you have no time on the show anymore, so you can't talk about it?
Well, do you want to stay for a segment?
What?
I'm going to take a commercial. Can you stay?
I wouldn't mind telling you that To Catch a Predator and see if you'll laugh. Like I know you didn't laugh at all at that one.
Norm, listen. When I'm in the presence of greatness, I simply sit and I listen. Hang on to the Predator story till after this Dennis Miller Show. Two things. I was wondering where Sal was during that thing. Sabes made the miscalculation of turning his mic off. He was laughing so hard, and he didn't think anybody would be able to hear Norm. I was wondering, where's old Sal? Secondly, if I seem a little halting with Norm. Now, Sal, you hear me do a lot of interviews. I'm always usually forceful, but I find Norm such a genius. I don't want to interject and get in the way of the story.
You got to let him run.
I mean, it's as good as it gets. Let's go back to Norm. Norm, I'm sorry, my friend. I've got around 3 minutes left. Can you codify your thoughts on To Catch a Predator and unspool a little tale?
My thoughts on To Catch a Predator cannot be captured in your sound bite. Now, I know the first I don't know what the word is in radio. In TV, on talk shows, when I'm booked, we call it the next segment.
Right.
The last segment bombed. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, it didn't bomb. Are you kidding me? It was gold. It was just about, I was listening to you unspool the gold.
I mean, sometimes when you're on radio, you know, you go, man, maybe people are just laughing in the studio because that's their job. Mm-hmm. But people at home are not enjoying it at all, so you feel bad about yourself.
Well, the bit was volatile.
When the guys in the studio also clearly not responding to anything, and then they go, now the funniest was in the commercial, I said, so, he goes, you got to wrap it up in a minute, the Predator thing, you know, like I'm... So I said, I don't know, it's not really a thing. I don't know if I can wrap it up. Like, so he said, I said, I don't think it's going well.
Christian, you didn't say that to him, did you?
I didn't say that. I said it was going great, and we were all laughing so hard we couldn't breathe.
We're ill-serving Norm today. You know, the next time we have Norm on, I'm going to say, this is Norm, and let him go.
No, this is it, Dennis. I said, how long's your show run generally, you know, because I listen to it on the Internet and stuff like that.
Right. And
he said 3 hours. And he goes, your second segment's up. And I go, what was my first segment, by the way? He goes, that was like 6 minutes. That was your big one. So, it's a 3-hour show.
Well, we've been gaslighting you, Norm. We brought you in here in a deliberate effort to drive you crazy. You sound suitably perplexed now, but might I tell you, you're simply the most insightful, perplexed man I've ever met. We'll have you back. Let's have Norm back and give him a full half hour.
No, that'd be great.
Well, will you come back at this point? Are you so angry?
Man, you're a great interviewer and stuff, right?
Yeah, but I was a little intimidated by you.
So here's a weird thing that when you're interviewing somebody, because I've seen them all, man. I've seen Parr, you know?
Yeah, sure.
I've seen mostly I watch Parr. But I've seen them all, you know?
Sure, you go way back.
And rarely, Merv Griffin, one of the greatest ever, you know? He's just fast. You know, who was a greater interviewer than that dude?
Nobody.
But Merv Griffin would never say, Norm, I understand you want to talk about To Catch a Predator. What else does it say here? Michael Vick. And something else. So go ahead.
It was my fault. I gagged it. I'm sorry, Norm. We'll have you back and I'll do it better. This is the Dennis Miller Show. He is a regular weekly correspondent here on the show now. I'm touched that he's up and out of bed and ready to chat. This, of course, my field, man, the great Norm Macdonald. Norman.
Hi, Dennis. Wait, I didn't know something happened in the news, though. No one told me that.
You haven't been following it.
No, when did this happen, this Drew Carey thing?
Drew just said that he came out and did a little advocacy for medical marijuana. Might be seeing a couple trails on that Plinko board. You know what I'm saying, Normie.
I never try to do interviews with. One time actually at the Improv, they phoned me. They said, "Do you want to come? There's a big. They're doing a big thing for High Times magazine." I'm like, "No, that's cool." There's a benefit for High Times.
You have to do some charitable work, Norm.
Hey, I thought since the writer's strike,
yes,
This is a bit I just came up with like 10 minutes ago in my head. But you know how the writer's strike happened, right?
Yes.
Did you already do this bit?
No, we were just about to get to it, but you beat us to it.
No, I knew that everybody was doing this lame bit.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I went into my vault and I got some of the older jokes, you know. Because I was thinking sometimes maybe a writer's strike is good. Maybe if there was a writer's strike now, people would have to read Shakespeare instead of James Patterson. You know what I mean? So anyways, boy, how about Christmas just ended? I can hardly read what I'm writing. Christmas just ended, and I dragged out my Christmas tree. I found a great way, Dennis, to get rid of it. I just put a price tag on it on the corner, and I wait for Winona Ryder to steal it. But,
these are gold. This is gold.
This amnesty bill was spearheaded by Teddy Kennedy. It died in Congress, and apparently, out of sheer habit, Teddy Kennedy didn't report it dead for 10 hours. I think. But no, Winona Ryder is in trouble though, and took the stand today. This is a couple of days later, I think.
Yes.
I think this is a couple of weeks later. Winona Ryder got in trouble. We all remember that. She took the stand today. Now the stand is missing. And then there's something about, John Ehrlichman. This is a really old one.
President Nixon's aide de camp.
It says, John Ehrlichman, this guy I would not buy a used car from, and there's like ... It's just the start of a joke, I think, that I never got to. To finish, but what's going on there? Drew Carey has decided at this time in his career, when he's becoming a game show host, to talk about marijuana.
He's going to talk about a little pot, but you know, Drew, he's a good-hearted guy. He's his own man.
Guy. He's a very sweet guy.
Does the right thing. What else is up in your life, Normie? And if you want to continue with the stuff from the vault, I just broke a rib on the Ehrlichman thing. That is the joke. The ... It's like the Larry King column. That used to be my favorite part. ... I love going down to get the mail in the morning. ... I liked Ethel Rosenberg better than Julia.
This is a really sad story, kind of, you know, because
right.
I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson, because on Saturday Night Live I just do those ... things for what's his name? For Larry King.
Yeah, Larry King.
And then it turned out Johnny Carson, he would wake up like every day, right, and get that USA Today and just phone his friends and go, hey, listen to this one, like how retarded they were, you know?
Right.
And then when he heard mine, like he was all excited, so he wanted to meet me, and then I didn't meet him. I was afraid. ... Oh, no.
Norm, you know I love having you on,
but the last show, Dennis, that was against Johnny?
Huh?
Remember you were the last show that was against Johnny Carson?
Oh, do I? They took me to the guillotine in 6 months. Yeah, I remember going against.
That was pretty cool.
Well, he was good to me. I remember Carson called me when I was ramping up to do the show. And, you know, I'm in my office. You remember we were over in, where were we? On the KTLA lot? Yeah, I get a call, and my secretary comes in. She's almost like passed out, fainting. She says, Johnny Carson's on the phone. And he was actually quite, you know, Carson was a class act, man.
Yeah.
And, he was a class act because he knew he was about to bludgeon you to death in the ratings. But he was always a cool guy. Now, what do you think about this dog, the bounty hunter? Have you been following that at all, Norm?
Oh, that guy, I mean, to me that sounds racist. But like you gotta remember that even though that is a racist comment, listen, man, we've all known bounty hunters in our time, you know, and they have that thing like curse like a sailor. Well, that could go for bounty hunters just as well. They just chose sailor. Those guys, I mean, they're not like you or me, you know.
No, they're bounty hunters.
If you choose that as your career, you know, you're a bounty hunter. Listen, some salty language is not going to be a... You may as well just be a longshoreman. No, there's nothing worse than bounty hunting.
Norm, you're a genius. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Anything else you want to lay on the listeners before we leave today?
That was funny, that bounty hunting thing. Seems like he's going to get a pass on it, right?
I don't think so, Norm. I think he's in trouble.
Are his bounty hunting days over?
Where's he go from that?
We can't keep you on. I'm sorry, but you have to. You have a public image of hunting down criminals in their hotel rooms, diving at them in the middle of the night and beating them up. We can't have you saying racist things. I don't know.
All right, Norm, I'm going to put some oxygen on my face here and recover. You're going to be on every Friday now?
Yeah, that'll be fun, right?
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'll be like your Pete Barbuti.
No, stop. Chuck Mangione references be far behind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Storm and Norman. We'll talk at you down the road. This is the Dennis Miller Show. Folks, welcome back to the Dennis Miller Show. And time for his weekly segment. Christian tells me that he's a sense memory guy, Norm is, and we had a request to do Letterman earlier, and evidently Norm was listening on his computer to the podcast, and he heard that request, but he has to go right to the Letterman right off the bat because he cannot summon it up instantly. He has to go back and, well, ramp up to it. So he will join us, I believe, now as David Letterman,
Hey.
Norm Macdonald.
As David Letterman, you want me to do it?
Christian just told me that he wanted to do it right off the bat.
So, because I did David Letterman on Saturday Night Live, even though the O.J. Simpson trial started yesterday, and I was also famous for, I think, much more famous for the O.J. stuff.
All right.
He seems wrong-headed. But how about this? How about I compromise? Look, I'm a big believer in compromise. You know that, Dennis.
Sure I do. You're a mediator.
Yeah, man. I like to think of myself that way. And how about if I do my Joe Piscopo doing David Letterman?
Perfect.
Okay, here it is. How does it go? Okay, it goes my, phone the neighbors, wake the children. You won't want to make this one. Something like that.
Well, it's absolute gold.
Letterman phoned me after I did that impression, right?
I had somebody earlier call in and say they wanted to hear your Letterman, and I forgot that half of it was the look. It's not like you're Fred Travolina.
That's the problem is like Dane is a good impressionist and everything like that, right?
Right.
And
you more capture the essence.
Yeah, he's great on stage doing it, and then so when I'm on stage, like. They go, hey, man, dude, Bob Dole. I go, no, a guy puts a Bob Dole mask on you backstage.
Right.
So that helps, suspend the disbelief.
Yes. So what's up in your life today, Norman? What would you like to chat about, my friend? Anything
What
on
do I
your mind?
want to chat about? I want to chat about O.J.
All right, go ahead, my friend.
Story.
Big story.
Good
Big
Lord.
story. Evidently, somebody had a couple of his bobbleheads. He wanted to collect them, so he got the DEA ram and came in through the door to collect.
Oh, hey, I got a good joke, man, for it, but it wouldn't work for me, but another dude could do it.
Yes.
If he's listening.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, hey, Heisman winner O.J. Simpson's, I wrote this down somewhere. Here. First day in court provided a surreal experience. I just have one question. Am I really expected to believe that O.J. Simpson could be capable of armed robbery? I got you to do that. Let me hear him.
Why couldn't you do that? That's a perfect Norm joke.
Man, I should have just done it without that stupid thing.
Yeah, the qualifier, because that eats into the edifice of the joke.
I know. I'm like, hey, this joke would work, except not by me. Here I goes.
All right.
But what I was thinking about O.J. is when he goes to prison, when he goes to the Gray Bar Hotel, as Letterman calls it, You know, when I first went to New York, you know,
Yeah.
all the guys at all the clubs, the MCs would all shake my hand and talk like David Letterman.
Yeah.
All the time. Anyway, I was thinking if OJ's going to jail, let's say he goes to jail for life, you know, which they said at first was possible. Now it doesn't seem that possible.
No, but
even if he goes to jail for 5 years,
right.
But let's say he did go to jail for life. That would be the worst possible scenario for OJ on account of he goes to jail for life, right, which would have happened to him anyways if he'd been found guilty, like, earlier. And plus, he's lower on the pecking order because he's an armed robber.
Right.
And then he's like, no, guys, man.
I killed 2 people.
I did it. And they're like, yeah, if I did it. If I did it. Frank got the book. Frank squirreled in the book, man. So they all read it before he even hit the joint, man. Hey, so listen, the big story here in Hollywood is the writers' strike.
Right, right.
I went on. I went to support the picketers.
Yeah, are you a member of the Writers Guild, Norm?
Yes, I am.
All right, so you went down strong. Do you have some penny candy to hand out to them?
No, I'm a striker. You know, I want better things. But it's like you're 8 people, right? There's about 8 people walking around
right.
outside of The Price is Right. So, and of course, you know, like the cars honk at you once in a while, but it's not like anybody in the places are looking out like all worried, like Nixon, you know.
Right.
With the fires out in the street, you know.
Right, it's not that threatening where the park, you know, the we want the world and we want it now kids are across the street threatening their life.
And then they were saying, like, the shows that it affected, like on TV last night, like all the sitcoms it affected, and it was like 5. And then I guess there are only 5 sitcoms on the television now.
Right.
So, and then I went there, and then I was like, so I'm like, yeah, solidarity with these writers. And then I'd see this guy, and I go, oh, that guy sucks. That guy's not a good writer at all.
Salmon, what do you have to say to that?
He should be a scab. That guy's so awful.
Not a showrunner, but rather a scab.
Yeah.
The only job he could get is picketer.
So how much time did you log on the picket line, Norm, and how were you received by the other 8 people? Were they starstruck that you were there, or did they embrace you as a fellow scribe?
Oh, no. Many of them didn't recognize me.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, I figure it could be a couple things.
What's that?
Maybe they're just such a younger generation now, you know, these young wonks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe my career has fizzled into oblivion.
No. What are you
Hey,
working
listen,
on?
man, since the writer's strike, though, it makes even more sense to go to the vault.
I love when you go into the vault. I love when you go into the vault. Give me a couple nuggets.
This makes perfect sense because I can't, since I'm a member of the Writers Guild, I can't write jokes.
No, but you can take stuff that was written prior to the strike and tell us it.
And it was also, I'd like to make a note about the vault.
Yes.
These jokes have never been done anywhere else.
No.
They were placed in the vault just in such a case. I'm like Ed McMahon.
In a pristine condition.
Wasn't it the funniest when Ed McMahon he'd have all the magazines, you know?
Right. And these questions have never been seen before.
I'm glad you brought all those magazines. Because you brought every magazine there is on nature and wildlife is in this.
It was a perfect setup.
I'm like, no, you are wrong, feeling the stream breath or whatever. How great were those guys? Whenever people would go like, "Oh, Ed McMahon sucked," I go, "No, he was great, man."
They completely missed the point. Ed was a freaking genius.
Yeah, of course.
He used to kill me.
He knew what he was there for.
Well, give me a nugget from the vault. Give me a circa 19. I don't know. What do you have? A joke from the 90s, the early
what
part
the
of
hell is this one?
Okay, let's see.
Oh man, that doesn't seem like a good one from the vault to start on.
No, well, put it away then. Put
Good
it back
Lord.
in the vault. Mm-hmm. What about that next one in front of you?
What?
What about the next joke in front of you?
I'm starting to, I don't know. I'm losing, man, I am quickly losing faith in this bit, the vault. I hate to say it.
There's got to be one.
Yeah, well, Last night I tried to take my mind off things. I went to see that new Hugh Grant movie, 3 Weddings and a Black Hooker. Some joke should stay in vault. Hey, listen, man, what about that? How about that Rick James? He's in trouble. He's in a lot of hot water for assaulting a girlfriend. Here's a little note to the ladies. Getting branded on the thigh with a cigarette, not foreplay. And a little tip to the ladies.
This is
actually,
gold.
I found something in the vault. I forgot. I found something in the vault that's sort of topical because it was just Halloween, and my pumpkin is sitting out on the stoop.
Yes.
A week after Halloween, you know.
So
it's all
still
shriveled and
applicable.
wrinkled. And today, Anna Nicole Smith dated it. So, but Anna Nicole Smith, she's a great gal.
Yes.
But she does like the older fellas.
Uh-huh.
And Anna, where there's a will, there's a wake. I don't know. Now that one seems tasteless because this is what we know now of Anna. That was a bad mistake from the vault.
Yeah, sometimes the situation changes, Norm, and you have to reevaluate the gold that's coming out of the vault. But I think the pumpkin joke is an evergreen or an ever orange.
Really?
You can yeah, I think I would pull that out yearly.
That's a good idea. Yeah, you got to have your evergreens.
Now, are you going over to the strike line today? By the way,
I'm going to go over there. I'm going to meet a couple of guys there that are my friends.
Right.
Very mediocre writers. Deserve really whatever they were offered, they should take. Most of these guys, I know them personally,
And they're gaming the system to begin with in your
they're getting
eyes.
very, very well remunerated. If we're talking remuneration, these guys are way above their head. They came here.
All right, well, go over and fight the good fight, Norm. You're the new Eugene Debs. Go. We'll talk to you next week, my friend. Always good to chat at you. The great Norm Macdonald. This is the Dennis.
Joining me now is the genius that is comedian Norm Macdonald. Norm, we have a phone call for you from Dan in Boise. Dan, what is your question?
Well, Norm, everybody's bringing up these licenses for illegals and that they need to have them. And my question is, where are they getting the license plates? Obviously, we're letting them register vehicles without licenses. And in this day of car bombs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Thank you, Dan from Boise. Norm, what's your feeling?
Well, I know that the New York Governor Spitzer, I'm trying to get to learn things. But he doesn't want to issue licenses to illegal immigrants, and I don't know how the hell you're going to get a cab in New York City anymore. It's hard enough, for me especially as a black man.
I'm sorry, Normie. I just dropped that question into your lap because I knew that you would handle it and volley it back seamlessly.
Oh, man. Dennis, this morning, I had a bad idea.
Yeah.
I got a trainer.
Right.
I decided to work out. Hey, by the way, I heard your news thing right before.
Yes.
And they were talking about that telecommunications thing.
Yeah.
And that, because people are all freaked out that their phones are being tapped all the time,
Right.
People are so self-involved that they think anybody cares about them.
Right.
But, nobody wants their phone tapped. But I do a little trick, during my conversations with my friends.
What is it?
I'll be talking because, sometimes I might say something that I might not want, around or something. So I'll throw this in during the conversation. I'll say to my friend, I'll say, hey, Bill, who's one hot piece of ass? Dick Cheney. But anyways, I went to my trainer. Oh, God. I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
No, in every way.
In every single way. So I told the guy that. He said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy. And but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big like you. I don't want veins in I have no use for that in my arms, you know. Or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them. You know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt. You know. You just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said that I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want to have one hot ass. But this guy explained to me, it was horrible. First he puts me on a treadmill, and they really should give that a better name to a treadmill. You know, it's so, and it's exactly what it is. You just walk, you know, you just
yeah, you're like a beast of burden at that point.
Yeah, just trudging. You get real tired and you go nowhere. You know, I get enough of that in my real life. You know?
Me too.
Yeah, sure. Then he puts me on one of those weight machines, you know.
Yeah. Which weight machine exactly? Free weights or some sort of?
No, it's this is a real modern gym.
Oh, I see.
With the machines, I can't explain all of this because I've only been.
It's just your first day, right?
But it was a thing where I had to push up, you know, real hard with my arms, you know, these weights, plates, you know.
Who needs it?
And so I hit the wall after about one, right? And the guy wanted me to do 20, you know. So he's like, "You can do it, you can do it," you know. So I proved him wrong. So my arm hurts. That's the long and the short of it. Then it's just that my arm hurts. So I'm not.
Why only one? Why only one arm?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. But it's the back. It's not the bicep. You know.
No.
It's the opposite one. And as they said in the Friends of Eddie Coyle, it hurts like a bastard.
Now, do you feel comfortable jumping into the common shower after a workout at a health club, Norman? Is that something you'd be comfortable with, or no?
No. You know,
No.
Listen, if I go to a gym, I go to a gym to work out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I don't like that thing where you go into the thing and everybody's naked. You know. Because I go there, I just want to get in, towel off, and go out. You know, the last thing I want to do is stare at some guy's beautiful ass for 20 minutes. You know.
We've got a theme here.
Some sense it is leaning heavily on that word.
There's a narrative. There's a through line.
Oh, the OJ thing's going on trial.
What do you make OJ's about?
I don't know. I think it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's like the last one was so great, you know, that this one. I mean, TV people do that all the time. You know, they take a guy, like remember they gave Mary Tyler Moore another show.
Yeah, it didn't work.
And it sucked, you know. And I know that Mary Tyler Moore is not the perfect example. And I thought maybe you had one.
Let me see. They did Rhoda with Valerie Harper. She asked for too much money. They whacked her, and all of a sudden Rhoda was Sandy Duncan. I remember that one.
Right. Remember when they watched this E. True Hollywood story on Three's Company, and they decided to make a sequel to Ropers, right?
Right.
So then Norman fell. And this guy's savvy. He says no, he doesn't want it. You know, because he could see that it wouldn't be a good idea, you know, that he was a secondary character, right? So he says to them, he says, I'll do it, but only if I can return if it bombs. And they go, yeah, sure. Then they put Don Knotts in.
Right. And you can't budge Fife out with a crowbar. I mean, once Fife establishes turf underneath the basket, he's like Shaq in the low post. You can't budge him.
No.
Yeah, you got that right.
What do you make
of what? I got my, do you have a computer, right?
I've heard of these machines from the future, yes.
So I have, all I do is play poker on my computer, but I have my emails. And I have every day, it's like 200 or something. And I'd say fully about a fourth of every one is some doctor trying to get me to lengthen my penis. Now, I don't know how I got on this mailing list, Dennis, but I'm at the point where doctors are actually fighting for, you know, to get me as a client.
The ability to lengthen your genitalia is in play, as they say in the stock market.
I don't know how. I guess my GP might be a bit of a blabbermouth. I consider that part of my anatomy to be filthy and shameful. So, last thing I want is more, more stuff to hide from everyone.
The bad penis.
I'm sorry, I snorted that.
Filthy and shameful. What are you doing today, Norm? What are you going to do after this?
I'm going. Well, I'm going to see my son tonight, which is always my favorite thing.
Oh, beautiful.
What
do you guys like to do?
My son goes to school with your nephew.
With Sammy.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, you told him. You told everyone where my son goes to school.
Oh, that's okay, Norman. God, they've seen him in the shower.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Big game this week, my friend. Big game. Are you going up to it?
What game?
Big football game between.
Oh, I thought you meant real football. Sammy will be playing that.
Yes, Sammy.
No, I mean it's real football. It's fun with children. Fun watching children play. When I was a kid, I had my kid in soccer.
Yeah.
And he was like 4 or 5 years old. No, I think he's older than about 8. But like that matters, right?
So that's the original age. No, the story's built on the age, so dial it in correctly or I can't listen.
So here in L.A., in Hollywood, Holly Weird as you call it.
Oh yeah.
We have we play soccer. We have all the parents go to the soccer games. And nobody cares about soccer at all, right? Except the foreigners.
They're too
the foreigners. They know everything about soccer. They're like corner kick. They're yelling and. Like you can see how riots start, because soccer is so important to them. And this one time, it was kind of the funniest thing. There's this guy on my team, the father, he's pacing all the time, yelling at the ref, and these two kids just collide head on, and one kid falls. It looks like he's dead or something. Everyone rushes on the field, and they pick up this child from the other team, and they take him off. And then the guy beside me goes, "I know that kid. He's a faker."
Oh, foreigners are funny.
Speaking of my boy,
yeah,
people are always debating whether movies cause kids to act out what they see on the screen.
Right.
And I never really knew if that was true or not. But
I never prescribed to that.
It actually happened in my case. I showed my youngest boy, Dagwood, he's a little boy. I showed him the film. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Cool Hand Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to eat 50 eggs.
Dagwood did.
Yeah, Dagwood tried to eat 50 eggs. And like an idiot, I'm there, like, helping him out. I'm like, get mad at them damn eggs. Come on now. But he's a good boy, Dagwood.
You were playing the George Kennedy role.
I was, yeah.
All right.
He's a regular class world beater.
That Luke. That Luke.
All right. Luke.
Hey, Walking Boss, I got a roll. I got a commercial. Thanks for checking in, Normie. Beautiful as always. This is Dennis. Welcome back, folks. We've got Norm. Next time you call in from another island, maybe you can use a cheerleader megaphone so I can get a worse connection.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What are you doing?
Excellent.
Beautiful. What's happening?
Listen, I was listening to that last lady.
Yeah.
And I only got one thing to say about that. There's Indians, and then there's Injuns.
And we're underway.
Look, no Indian ever scalped me, but you can't trust them Injuns.
All right, Normie. And we're off and running.
I got a list of things that I'm thankful for. Every year I make them on the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So I can make a little speech,
Right.
And I like if you'll have me to read my list.
Yeah, I'm going to not even interrupt you. You take your time.
Well, firstly, I'm thankful for the fine ladies who live across this country and leave pies on their windowsills, so an old chunk of coal like me might have a meal from time to time. I'm thankful for all of my 5 children, especially the one that I like. I'm thankful for the simple things in life, like bread.
Although I've never tried it myself, I hear it's quite good. I'm very thankful for the brave man who pulled me from a burning building last April and unfortunately perished in the process. I'll never forget him, you know. I don't remember his name, but I think he had a mustache.
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Of course, I'm thankful for being able to do stand-up comedy for a living, you know. There's nothing more gratifying than to step on a stage before a quiet crowd and with my comedy slowly turn them into an unruly mob. I'm thankful for women, the greatest creatures on earth, because without women, Dennis, there would be no cookies. I'm glad that this year the police finally solved the baffling murder of Margot Hemingway. And finally, what I'm most thankful for, of course, is serious, you know, is friends. Yes, friends. Especially that one where Joey buys Chandler a duck. That's the one I like the best.
Norm, I don't even think we punctuate that. I think it is such a beautiful list that we appreciate you calling in. We are thankful for your continued patronage here, and you have a good time in Hawaii. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Yeah, give my love to your family, buddy.
All right, we'll talk at you down the road. The lovely Norm Macdonald. This is the Dennis. You know, is Norm ready? How is Norm this morning, Chris?
Norm's good. He sounded a little groggy. I asked him if I had woken him up, and he said, no, I had to wake up to answer the phone. And he also mentioned that he wrote a poem last night. He had to find it, but I'm informed that he has found it, so Norm has a poem for us.
Is Norm ready to go?
Hey, Dennis, how you doing, man?
What's up, E. Cummings? How are you today?
Hey, I want to say hi to Sal, too. I forgot I never say hi to him.
Hey, Norm.
How you doing, pal?
Good, man.
That didn't go so well.
No, we're ripping out of the gate. You're Cha-Cha Maldani.
This is your bit, man. I'm not going to step on it.
You just jumped the tree. Go ahead. What do you got today, Normie? I like to give you free reign. What do you want to talk about?
Well, did you see that Packers game last night?
Oh, great game. Great game. Who's the second-string quarterback? I'm blanking on his name for the Packers. Huh?
Aaron Rodgers.
He looked great, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if there'll ever be a quarterback controversy there or not, but yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, the kid looked pretty prepped. I think it augurs well for the Pack if Favre moves on. Because
I don't know if Favre will ever move on. I mean, it's like being Conan O'Brien waiting for Leno. That guy ain't going nowhere.
No, Jay, they're going to have to go in there with a Buford pusser stick and knock him out and drag him out.
But yeah, that was a great game, man. I was going for Green Bay, but
did you bet the game?
No, I no longer bet.
Oh, you're off the stuff.
Yeah, although I was so tempted this week to bet against the Pats with the largest spread in NFL history.
Right.
And you can't cover that kind of line the way the clock moves so fast.
25 points, right? Well, I'm glad you stayed off the stuff there, Norm.
Yeah,
I didn't know I had opened a Pandora's box there, but
yeah, I start doing that before you know it, man. I'll be betting my fingers against Chinamen. Nah, not Chinamen. But
no Pacific Rim denizens.
Asian American. No, but I will tell you one thing. As ethnic slurs go,
yes,
Chinaman has to be one of the least offensive.
It literally says a man from China.
Yeah, I mean, because on Kung Fu, that's what they you Chinaman, he'd go, wah!
And he was only half a Chinaman.
That's right, he was.
It's like the difference between the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I can see where Redskin might upset somebody just a little. I don't think you're ever going to get a change, but at least it is a bit denigrating. But Indians, isn't that? Yeah, I never understand that.
You don't understand that?
No.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Or Braves.
I have no formal education,
mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, I don't have any informal education. It's not like I'm hanging out with professors on the weekend, right?
Yes.
But this is the way I understand it. Old Chris Columbus,
mm-hmm.
he sailed over here,
right.
And then he got here, and he thought it was India.
Jesus, what a dolt! And that's the source of us all.
Yeah. So he goes, "Hey, man, look at all those Indians."
All right. Oh, that's it.
And then one of his buddies goes, "Hey, man, we took a wrong turn at the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is America." And then he goes, hey, you Indians better get the hell out of here. You're not even in the right country.
Well, once you're about to take a country from somebody, you cannot refer to them as Native Americans. It only makes your task harder. They will fight harder because you've already told them you assume that it is their property. But my feeling is at some point there were an ice people, a horde of, almost piltdown men-like creatures who the Indians or whatever, the Native Americans came in and took this from. Isn't that the way of the world, Norm? That eventually everybody takes something.
What's a Piltdown, man? You talking about the old days?
I'm sorry to throw you off the scent of the conversation. I'm talking about in Paleolithic times. I assume that the Native Americans were not native here either, but came down and took this from somebody else. That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, everybody takes everything. Listen, Mother Nature is a brutal bitch.
Mm-hmm.
A red-clawed,
Paint the picture.
machine that eats and
Shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
Paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
Shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
What's your poem about, buddy?
Hey, man, here's a little joke I thought of.
All right, set up the poem with a joke. Get our palette ready.
No, it's just coming across the customs,
Yeah.
And they asked to see my ID.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred to me that ID is a very odd short form for that word, because I stands for I,
mm-hmm.
and then D stands for identification.
So they've asked the D to carry the main crux of the word.
Exactly.
It seems like an inequitous split of the foot-pounds needed to convey that word. I always thought that I.M. Pei, the architect, had the easiest autograph, because literally it was simultaneously his name and a proclamation. I.M. Pei.
I.M. Pei?
Mm-hmm. Do you know I.M. Pei?
Yeah, but I don't get the pay part.
His last name is Pei.
No, I know.
So when people would say, can I have your autograph, he would write I.M. Pei, which was his name, and also his proclamation to the world who he was, I.M. Pei.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You think that up?
Yeah, I probably wish I hadn't, but I did.
Oh, man, that's cool.
He did the CAA building.
I.M. Pei did CAA? This is like
that the poem you
wrote? Johnny Carson, Jack Webb bit.
Jack Webb. I used to love Jack because he would he gave no allowance to the audience for them putting anything together. He would always break the show down in 2-minute increments on Dragnet. 8:48, my partner Bill Gannon and I entered the coffee lounge. 8:49, we had a cup of coffee. He kept everybody on the same page because he knew the crowd would get unruly and Day of the Locust-like if left to their own devices. Yeah, we laughed.
Yeah, it's not easy being a cop, though.
No.
You walk into a room and everybody looks at you. You're the fuzz, John Law. That's what he told. That's what he told Kent McCord.
Yeah, young Kent McCord on Adam 12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as the poem goes,
mm-hmm.
It's not a happy poem, Dennis.
I didn't ask for a happy poem. I asked for your feelings conveyed through rhyming couplets.
Hey, listen, man. I hear you're having more trouble with your cans than Mamie Van Doren.
Cans being inside radio business for my headphones. I love it when you talk hip, Norm. You're like Wolfman Jack. Hey, Bobby, get in here. My cans aren't working. This is Starship.
Hey, you ever hear that story about Blake? You know Blake Clark,
mm-hmm.
the comedian.
Great comedian.
Yeah, he's a great comedian, but he does a perfect Wolfman Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So he was telling me, like, one time he was in this movie theater,
mm-hmm.
and he was sitting there, and he was, right before the movie starts, Wolfman Jack walks in with his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big fur coat on and everything, so everyone in the theater's like, oh my God, it's Wolfman Jack, you know? They're all like impressed and everything. So then when the movie starts, Blake Clark starts going, oh, man, I like this movie. I can't do Blake Clark.
Everybody thought it was the wolf.
Yeah, everyone thought that the Wolfman was just going to yell the whole movie.
Do you know the science fiction writer Harlan Ellison? Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah, Boy and His Dog.
Yes. Well, he was sitting in a movie theater once when he had no money. He used to go to Manhattan matinees and sit there and watch 8 hours worth of movies just to stay warm. He said he was sitting in the second row of the balcony, and in the first row was this shrieking idiot who would scream at the screen. It was a bit nuts. And behind him, around 4 rows back, halfway through the second movie, like 3 hours in, he heard the guy say, shut the F up. And the guy in front just kept yapping and yapping, and he said, one more time, I'm telling you, shut up. And the guy keeps yapping and yapping. And all of a sudden, Ellison said, I'm sitting on the aisle, and I feel this whoosh go by my right shoulder, pick the man up in the front row and throw him over his head, over the side of the railing. I hear a savage crunch downstairs. There's nobody else down there. And the seat goes back. He said, for the next 4 hours, I'm just frozen looking at the screen. He said, I finally had summoned the courage to turn around, and the guy is gone. Now, that'll make you a science fiction writer right there.
Yeah, man. I love that Harlan Ellison. I'll tell you, though, something about that Harlan Ellison.
Tell me about it.
I mean, he's won more Hugos than anybody, but I hear he's fruitier than Carmen Miranda's hat.
I did not know that. Does that color his art for you?
No, not at all, man. It makes it better. It makes it a lot better. Makes it a lot better, actually.
Sure it does. What about the poem?
No, I mean, I'm not outing him or anything.
No, of course not.
No, he's
No, nobody would misinterpret you saying he's fruitier than Carmen Miranda's hat as some effort to out him.
No, he said it himself.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so everything's cool.
All right.
No, that guy's a great writer, man.
Are you gay?
Interview him?
Norm, are you gay?
Am I gay?
Yeah.
Well, listen. Let me put it to you this way. No, I'm not gay. Sometimes I make a joke and then...
But in a perfect world, Norm, would you be gay?
All things being considered. Give me the damn poem, Norm. You're making me take it out of your mouth like Olivier in Marathon. Give me the damn poem.
No, the poem. The thing is, my dog died last Thursday.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, man. And so I've spent many a sleepless night, and then last night I decided to put pen to paper.
Right, as a catharsis.
And get my thoughts out about my dog, my old dog, Bo. So, you want to hear the poem?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. He never came to me when I would call, unless I had a tennis ball or he felt like it. But mostly he didn't come at all. I mean, there were problems when he was young. He never learned to heel or sit or stay. He did things his way. The young folks say, Dennis, I guess discipline was not his bag. But when you were with him, things sure didn't drag. He'd dig up a rose bush just to spite me. And then when I'd grab him, he'd turn and bite me. I mean, I was scared. Man, he bit a lot of folks from day to day. The delivery boy was his favorite prey. Man, he tore the hell out of that kid. The gas man wouldn't even read our meter. He said I owned a real man-eater. God, how I wish I'd listened to that gas man. You're not going to believe this, but he set the house on fire. Look, the story's too long to tell. Suffice to say that he survived, but the house was a smoldering hell. On the evening walks, and Gloria took him. That's my wife. That's my wife, Dennis, Gloria. He was always the first out the door. The old one and I brought up the rear. That's what I call my wife, the old one. Why I married an old woman, I have no idea. But anyways, the old one and I brought up the rear because our bones were sore. Probably because that dog would chew on the bones of our legs every cursed day. He would charge up the street with Mom hanging on. Boy, what a beautiful pair they made. And if it was still light and the tourists were out, they created a bit of a stir. And by stir, I mean countless lawsuits. But every once in a while, he'd stop in his tracks and with a frown on his face, look around. It was just to make sure that the old one, that's my wife, was there and would follow where he was bound. And we knew damn well enough to follow, I'll tell you that. We're early to bedders at our house, Dennis. I guess I'm the first to retire. I like to get to sleep before the old one clambers into bed. And as I'd leave the room, he'd look at me and get up from his place by the fire. God, he loved that fire. He'd stare at it for hours. It was like he was getting messages from it. He knew where the tennis balls were upstairs, and I'd give him one for a while. He'd push it under the bed with his nose, and I'd fish it out with a smile, a nervous smile. And before very long, he'd tire of the ball and be asleep in his corner in no time at all. By the fire! And there were nights when I'd feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And I don't know what to do.
All right, I wanted to come back with Norm, but I guess we didn't.
I'm here, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to come back and wrap the poem up.
I'm wrapping it up right now.
Christian.
Ready?
Go ahead.
And now, God forgive me for saying this, he's finally dead. But there are nights when I swear I feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And there are nights when I think I feel that god-awful stare, and I reach out my hand to stroke his hair, but he's not there. The old one thinks he lives in the fire and comes out at dark. Oh, I wish that wasn't so. I'll always fear a dog named Bo.
Norm, that was beautiful. Now let me ask you this. Was there ever really a dog named Bo?
No, I stole it off Jimmy Stewart.
This is the Dennis. All right, Christian, do we have...
Norm is with us, yes.
Norm, and anything you want to tell me about Norm's segment this week? Is there anything he wants to talk about?
What he said to me is, what we're not going to do is, I'm not going to read a poem.
I love that poem, by the way.
Me too.
Norman.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I have to apologize for that fiasco last week.
I liked the poem. Why would you apologize? I liked you more existential.
Oh, man. I guess it was just too long. It was turned out to be...
No. Just forget the fact that Alfred Lord Tennyson called halfway through and said, is this ever going to end? Forget that.
Exactly. I'm going to leave the rhyming to the Lily Sobieski from now on.
It's funny.
And we're off.
I don't even know what that means.
What's up, Normie?
But I remember, I realized something. My problem with the segment is I've been waking up about 5 seconds before I go on the air.
Mm-hmm.
So today I got up a couple hours ago and made myself a big, healthy breakfast.
What'd you have?
What I have?
Yeah,
I had 6 farm fresh eggs, half a rasher of bacon, and a pot of piping hot coffee.
So you're kind of drowsy.
Hey, Sal, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
A half a rasher. God, you make me laugh, Norm. And what is the healthy breakfast yielded you in the way of insights into the world?
Oh, I was just listening to that. You were talking about Mitt Romney and that speech he gave.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, he got a really good response from the crowd, but apparently 10,000 of them were his wives.
All right, just flicking the jab here. We're getting out of the blocks.
Yeah, that's all it is. No, I've been scouring the newspaper trying to be more of a more topical.
Sure, up to the moment.
And so I've come up with a couple things.
Boy, I can't wait.
Well, they mentioned that Oprah Winfrey, is crisscrossing the country with, she's making personal appearances to raise money for Barack.
All right.
And she says if that doesn't work out, she'll just give him $1 billion.
And still have a little left over for a nice healthy breakfast, the 6 farm fresh eggs and a half a rasher.
Oh, Osama bin Laden?
What's up with him? How's he doing in the polls?
The guy released another tape to recruit young Muslims to fight and die for Islam, and I don't know, I think he's serious this time because apparently he's tossing in a pair of tickets to Hannah, Montana.
Which is a big enticement to the kids today.
Yeah, for the young
the young crazy Islamicist who has access to the Disney Channel.
Exactly. I don't know what else.
No, you don't have to hit jokes.
Ted Kennedy is getting $8 million for writing his life story.
I saw that.
I hope this doesn't give him a big head. He has that giant, big red head.
I know his head is second only to Will Durst's in total cubic space.
You've been great. I've been Durst.
We're talking about a comedian in the Bay Area, quite a actually perceptive political observer, but he did have a big Macy's balloon type dome, and that was how he ended his act. You've been great. I've been Seacrest.
I haven't seen a melon that big since I can't think of anything.
I haven't seen a melon that big since the 4-H fair at Chernobyl.
Yeah.
How's that?
Man.
I'm just knocking it off.
I don't know how you do that.
It's easy when it's not funny.
Oh, they did ask Kennedy in that book. They said if he was going to address the subject of Chappaquiddick,
right?
Because that's obviously a big part of his life, and he said we'll crash off that bridge when we come.
Oh, I love Chappaquiddick.
Hey, now, Norm.
Yeah.
I was watching a commercial over the weekend for a phone company, and there's these little creatures. And is it you and Steve Buscemi voicing the creatures?
Yeah. I always wanted to work with a serious actor.
What do you play in that commercial? It's a little...
I don't know why they got it, but I play like a child gingerbread man, and Steve Buscemi plays my father.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of like a confectionery at close range. Where you...
Yes, exactly. The coolest commercial was that one you did, where it was for Miller beer, and all you had to do was go like, just a matter of time, right?
Yeah, they had this. It was a very glassy floor, and there was something in the background that was blacked out. I walk out very slowly. It was a 30-second commercial. I saunter across the stage. I've got a nice suit on. You hear clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. I stand there in the middle. I hit a button in my hand, and this huge marquee-like lighting lights up behind me that says Miller, genuine draft. And then I look at the camera and go, "Oh, I knew they'd call." That was an easy one.
That's an easy one. I had one funny commercial that I did for beer,
mm-hmm.
and it was really funny. It was for Miller. I don't know what it was for. But I suppose it was for Miller Lite.
Yes.
And then, so I'm at a party, and a guy comes to the door, and I go, "Hey, man, did you get the beer?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got Budweiser." And then I go, "Budweiser sucks." That was really funny. So then we go to shoot it, and there's all these executives around, like the guys that own the beer company,
mm-hmm.
and then they freak out the last second. They're like, "We can't say that about Budweiser, You're gonna have to change the copy." So they say to this kid so he has to change it like immediately, So anyways, it turned out to be the guy comes. He goes, "I got some Budweiser," and I go, he goes, "I got some Miller Lite," and I go, "Great, come on in," Like that's the.
That was the option.
Yeah, that's the option. And then so they never aired it, but they cut me a giant check.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Norm? That's the whole thing about ads that I've noticed, that you have a lot of creative people who want to run right up to the shoreline of naughtiness and put their toe in, but then at the end of the day, they're being paid by some town elder somewhere out in the Midwest who owns the company. So they do one for themselves, then they do the actual one, and the funny, cranky one never makes the air. Never, ever makes the air. But you're right, at the end of the day, more zeros than the Japanese Air Force on the end of that check, my friend. And I bring that up only because it's Pearl Harbor Day. You were just in Hawaii. Have any particular reflections on Pearl or Hawaii or anything other than that?
Well, Hawaii... I don't know. I've noticed one thing, because I was there with a large group of people, and boy...
Wait a second. What's that about? What, Mary Kay reps? What were you doing there with a large group of people?
Well, I brought my son,
right.
Simon, who was known as Peter. And, I brought the wife Gertrude, and then a whole...
The old one, as you say.
What?
In the poem, you referred to your wife as the old one. Have you forgotten the poem?
Oh, yeah, well, she is a little long in the tooth. I mean, good Lord. The problem is, when I was a young man, I had a thing for older women.
Right.
I happened to marry Gertrude, and, now as I reach my mid-40s, good Lord, I'm not one to break vows, but I'm waiting for that till death do us part.
So you go over with a group of people to Hawaii. What did you notice in Hawaii? What was your perception?
Well, I noticed, first of all, that Gertrude loves sunsets. And all the group of us would go and watch a sunset every evening, and I just don't like them.
No.
Like, to me, a beauty is like the nape of a young girl's neck.
Right.
But you know, you don't want to bring that up to Gertrude.
No, you don't want to ask your wife and the group to go out at 6:30 at night and look at the nape
Good
of a
God!
lake
At one time, I woke up in the middle of the night in Hawaii beside this ghastly woman, you know, and I swear to God, it looked like in the light, it looked like I was sleeping with Burt Mustin. I mean, she's
Burt Mustin, by the way, made Hume Cronin look like somebody Cher was dating. He was the oldest man on the planet Earth, one of Johnny Carson's favorite guests. Norm, I'm up against a commercial break. I could listen to you recant all day, but I've got to pay some bills. Thank you, my friend. This is the Dennis Miller.
Hey, Dad, I really want a Go phone this year.
Oh, I want people to stop eating my house, but that ain't gonna happen. Besides, you'll run up a huge bill.
No, I won't. It has unlimited talk and unlimited text.
I'm just yanking your chain, son. Ho, ho, ho.
Sweet.
Oh, come on, man. It's the holidays.
Norman Buscemi as gingerbread men in the commercial.
Cool.
Did you hear Norm's voice? He sounded like it was like one of those POWs where they have a gun to your head and they say, "Read this."
I don't want to read this.
No, I'm not going to get Norm in that trouble. I think Spade went on the Tonight Show one night and deliberately, as part of a joke, was vague about which phone company he worked for.
Right.
I think it cost him some large coins, so I don't want to put Norm in that same corner. Norm loved doing the commercial. What was the commercial for, as a matter of fact?
Oh, it's for Go phone. I'm on one right now. How do I sound?
Oh, this sounds unbelievable. This is the Go phone?
Yeah, it's crystal clear.
Do I do a phone commercial, Christian, in any way?
Not yet, but hopefully starting now.
It's as clear as Lake Tahoe.
Norman, good to hear from you. You all pumped up for the holidays, friend?
Oh yeah, man! I got my tree up.
You like Christmas?
Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the birthday of my Lord and Savior. I guess I like it.
I didn't mean to pry. It was just more of a conversation.
That was kind of testy.
Oh, by the way, Mitt Romney, not Mitt Romney, but Huckabee this week got the endorsement of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So that'll bump him up in the polls a little.
Well, that'll give him a few points. Sure. Who are you voting for, Normie? Who do you like?
I like Giuliani because I always liked him when I was in New York.
Yeah, he ran a nice ship, right?
Yeah, I liked, a lot of people were like, man, he took the character out of Times Square, but I remember that Times Square, man. The character was a bunch of junkies and whores, and then serial killers prowling around arcades. I mean, that ain't exactly Hooterville, you know? But then he did those quality of life laws that reduced the crime like crazy.
Look at you, Norm. You know stuff. You always play like you don't know, but you're pretty smart.
I just remember Giuliani came to host, and I was like, I just want to thank you for what you did for the city, and everyone else hated me there.
Nah, you were a popular cast. Hey, by the way, I was out on the road the other day, and I mentioned that somebody asked me from the crowd who my favorite host was of Weekend Update, and I brought you up, and you got a nice huzzah from the crowd. So people, well, you know what was important up there, Norm. I don't know if you thought this, but I always thought some sort of vaguely inferred indifference to what you were doing mattered up there. They didn't want you to be too eager a beaver. They wanted you to sort of look like it was a throwaway, and that's the vibe I always got from you. You were great at it, but it wasn't the end of the world, was it?
No, I kind of patterned myself after you.
Beyond insouciant into downright derelict of duty at some point. Now, what do you got? You got any joke? The writer strike's still on. You've been going into the joke vault, or what are you doing? What do you want to talk about today? I leave it up to you.
Well, a fellow broadcaster has come back, Mr. Don Imus, and I saw a picture of his. He's got a black female sidekick.
Yes. And
I saw a picture of her. He could be in a little trouble. The Iron could be a little trouble.
Why is that?
She has really odd-looking hair, and she's a prostitute.
There might be a built-in problem there.
And Isaiah Thomas got in trouble.
Yeah.
And he had to pay $11 million to this lady, who I also saw a picture of. And She wasn't easy on the eyes. Let's put it that way. But in layman's terms, I mean, all these things, you know, all this legal mumbo jumbo, it comes down to he has to pay $11 million for not having sex with an ugly bride.
Boy, that is draconian, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's pretty tough.
The very definition of draconian.
I mean, I think Magic Johnson could sue him if he used to kiss him.
You can get a little piece of that. You're right. I would get in there early.
Yeah.
What else have you been noticing? What else has caught your attention?
What else is going on in the news?
I don't know. They've had these debates. What'd you make of that woman holding the debates, the schoolmarm chick? Did you see her at all?
What did she do?
Yeah, they had some woman who was moderating both debates the last couple of days. Little Iowa woman, little strident. Reminded me of Edie McClurg's character in Many a Flick. I was wondering if you'd seen her. Did you watch any of the debates?
No, I didn't watch them. That's when Rhoda's on.
What was Rhoda's boyfriend's name? Joe something or other.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah, he was Barry Newman lookalike. I forget.
Oh, man. That guy was great. You're talking about old David Grohl.
David Grohl.
Yeah,
no, Dave Grohl was the rocker. We're talking about David Grove.
Yeah, G-R-O-H.
Yeah. Well, all of a sudden, Sal's, you know, Boswell to his Sam Johnson. If I'd asked you a few seconds ago, you had no idea until Norm bailed us out and put us on the trail. All of a sudden, you're his official biographer.
No, that'd be a short biography.
Oh, what? Hey.
Don't come down on Norm's guy. What did you like about David Grohl? His arms?
Yeah, that guy had bigger guns than Jesse James. I don't know if Jesse James had big guns, but yeah, I know he carried a couple of guns. I just saw that movie, The Assassination of Jesse James. That was incredible.
By the coward something or other, right?
The coward Robert Ford.
And how was Brad Pitt? Was he good?
He was fantastic. I mean, I can't believe that movie's not going to win an Oscar.
Wow, the title's too long for them to put on the nomination form. But listen, I got to tell you this real quickly. You know how they send DVDs out if you're in one of the guilds to vote on?
Yeah.
Very clever thing that I think it's Paramount, or I'm trying to remember who made that film. They sent me out one of those little pickles that you stick in the side of your computer, you know, whatever they're called, information things, and it had 4 films on it. So I've got this little thing I'm carrying around in my pocket. One of them is that the assassination of Jesse James. One's called The Bucket Club. One's Michael Clayton, and there's a 4th film on it. They send you 4 films on this little keychain. Isn't that a cool idea?
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's all on a pickle.
Well, I don't know what to call it. When I bought one, what are they called, Chris?
Flash drive.
Flash drive. You know, a little flash drive.
Oh, you're talking about a pickle.
Well, I didn't mean to say the actual format was gherkin-esque. I was saying that. It was, you forget what I was saying. I forgot. You either do the ethereal or the literal. There's no mid-ground with you.
No, I know the flash drive. Yeah. You put it in your computer,
right?
And you can see 4 motion pictures. So what? So, but that's not nominated, is it? Or they haven't announced them yet? Oh, they can announce them because they have a writer's strike.
Why don't we just concede we've reached an impasse here? Is there anything to be wrenched out of this chamois at this point? What are you doing today now? What do you got planned today? I always like to hear about your day because it's sort of, you're like Doctor Strange, the old Marvel comic character. You just levitate through your day and see all.
Well, I'm on a fitness kick. I was in Santa Barbara. Actually, I was in Santa
Barbara. Yeah, you were up here doing my sports show.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Thank you, Norm. That was nice of you to come up, and the people loved you.
And I loved that place. And the hotel that you kindly got me was right on the beach. So I was running on the beach in my bare feet, and now I'm into a complete running in my bare feet thing.
Mm-hmm. It only works at the beach, though. Where else have you tried it?
I tried on my track, but I hurt my foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the track is rougher than the sand. You understand.
Yeah.
No, if you live near a landfill, also don't try it there. Because I know you like things in one medium. You like the feel of the ped on the sand, and you try to translate to other areas. But say, for instance, you're going near Haleakala in the next few days. Also, don't try it there. It'll hurt your feet. You're like my older son. I feel like I have to caution you.
Man, I was talking to one of the writers yesterday on that stupid picket line.
Yeah. Oh, you were picking it.
By the way, that thing's very close to never ending.
Right on the cusp of being eternal.
Yeah. General Electric. ain't losing any sleep.
No, and what this writer on the
I
line
was talking to him. He's a former comedian. We were talking about gigs, you know, when we started out doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we've all had them, you know. But I was remembering this one that maybe I'd share with you.
Tell me.
Well, there was this booker that remained nameless, but when I first got to L.A., he'd send me out on these gigs, and he had one that was like, paid like $50,
mm-hmm.
and it was a hospital, you know. So I'm like, I don't really want to play a hospital, but I guess it's a good thing to do in life, you know.
Right. Even
something that my Lord and Savior might do, you
mm-hmm.
know, if he was a stand-up.
Sure.
I always ask, what would Jesus Christ do?
Exactly.
In my situation, and I try to do that.
Well, Jesus would have done it, and he would have stayed to his time.
So I go there, and I get the directions and everything, and this guy drives me up there, and when I get close to the hospital, there's all this barbed wire and stuff, and there's security guards with guns.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyways, it turns out it's a hospital for the criminally insane. So I'm like,
your core demo.
So I was like, oh God, like I had to, because I was thinking about my jokes were kind of geared towards the terminally ill, you know.
You put together that chunk, the euthanasia chunk, and here you were dealing with the actively psychotic.
Exactly. So the hospice set wasn't going to work. I knew that. So I get in, and then also I'm going like, I don't even know if these people deserve a show, you know? They're criminally insane. And so I go, well, where do I perform, you know? They have a theater in the hospital. So
every single seat looks like the booth where Lincoln was shot. So anyway, you commenced
the guy says to me backstage, he goes, last week we had the Gatlin brothers.
All the locals thought they invented the gun of the same name.
So I get out there, and it's only about 80 people, you know.
Right.
And it's like I didn't even draw the whole joint, you know. And so I get out there, and they're muttering to each other, and a couple of them are shambling down the aisles from time to time, you know. And so I'm walking towards the mic, and as I'm walking towards the mic, before I even say a word, I just hear, nice shoes, faggot!
Oh, Norman. How much more is this story? I'm up against a break here. What do you got?
It's over. I just went out on stage. I said like 2 words, and another guy said, Leon's right, that's a faggot-ass shoe. And then I left because I was the only guy that could leave.
Oh, Norm, you are a beautiful piece of work, my friend. You blow out my complete psyche every week. I feel like I've taken a good nose blow or something because you shake my frontal lobes up. We appreciate it, brother. Have a Merry... Well, I'll talk to you before Christmas, but God, you're a funny man. Dennis... And I am lucky to have a gift under my audio tree right now. My soulmate, Stormin' Norman Macdonald. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Oh, hey, Dennis. I like that book that you were talking about.
What's that? The Tasha's book.
Do you know?
Yeah, it's a great book. Great book. What are your Christmas plans, my friend? You want to talk holidays?
My Christmas plans?
Yeah.
Well, I'm scrambling to get presents for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing. No, I got. Let me think for a second. Oh, I got my Mexican gardener. I didn't know what to get him, so I think I'm going to let him steal my identity.
Norm, that's the single funniest thing you've ever said on the show. Well, that's nice.
I try to get like cooler kind of presents, you know, like I think I get my youngest son D'Artagnan. I've been looking for a present for him, and everybody's trying to get the Madden 08. You know?
Right.
I don't want to be like everybody else. I went to my favorite place, eBay, and I got a nice little collectible, very valuable. It's a Miller 01.
My first year of Monday Night Football.
Yeah, man, you're great.
But they're hard to find now.
They're hard. It says that Testaverde game. Over and over.
That's it. Well, I had a smaller arc than John did, but I was in there plugging.
Hey, it was one of the greatest games ever.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any Christmas plans, man.
All right, Ed, we can get off that. What do you want to talk about today? You know, it's your segment.
What?
We don't have to talk Christmas. What's on your mind today? It's your
Nothing.
segment.
I got nothing. I actually forgot.
That we were on today.
I forgot it was Friday.
Well, would you like? We don't have to do it. I mean, I don't know. I can query you about specific topics, or.
Yeah, man, hit me.
All right. Who are you voting for the presidency at this point?
Seriously?
Nor, you know those paddles they use in ER where they try to get the patient revived?
Yeah.
Think of me as using them on the interview right now.
No, I didn't know if you wanted me to do a joke or not.
No, I'm just trying to get some flow going.
I'm going to vote for Rudy Giuliani because even though I'm kind of, the only real issue I used to care about was abortion.
Right.
Now I really, I want the toughest guy, and he seems like a tough, rough and tumble character.
Right.
I like him.
What side of the abortion thing did you come down on? Are you pro-choice or pro-life?
Me? I don't. It's kind of unpopular. I don't like saying it because it's unpopular.
All right, I'll keep you off that.
No, I'm very pro-life, but I just don't think a woman should have the right to choose to murder a baby.
Well, I think some of our listeners would be, because of the rambunctious nature of your performances and the fact that you seem, is it nihilistic or nihilistic? I don't quite know what that word is. They would be surprised to hear that you're so pro-life. It's quite endearing to see that facet of you. So.
Well, I love children so much, and I certainly wouldn't want to have it done to me.
Well, if this interview doesn't pick up soon.
Well, you got me talking about abortion. Man.
I don't know. You call in. I'm trying to give you free rein. You say I got nothing, so I throw the presidency on the table, and that begat abortion. I don't know what to say, Norm. What?
Now let's get back to lighter fare.
Take me to any fair, for God's sakes. I don't care if I'm at the soup station, the salad station, or the dessert station. Just put something on the tray here.
Oh, hey.
Here we go.
I have a kind of a thing for homeless guys.
Oh, I know you do.
I kind of like to give them money, but I was putting in mind, like, one time when I was in New York, I lived in a walk-up, and there was no doorman, so you had to... It's a good theory. You had to walk up this thing where guys could beat you up and rape you. So there was also a homeless guy that was standing outside, so I'd always give him whatever money I had and then feel a little better about myself.
Right.
And one time I was coming home, and I got some Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Yes.
that I love, and I was coming home, and a homeless guy's there, so I go up, I give him some money, and I go up to my apartment, and I'm having some Kentucky Fried Chicken and Coca-Cola.
Right.
So I go, hey, I bet that homeless guy would like some. So I bring him down like 3 pieces. I had 7 pieces, so I brought him down 3, so I could have 4, because I'm not a homeless guy, so I got the most. So I bring him down his 3 pieces and his Coke, right? And then I lock myself out of my apartment. I can't get in my apartment like an idiot.
Right.
So I have to phone a locksmith, and I'm freezing. It's middle of winter in New York. And I'm thinking about my delicious chicken up in the apartment, So I say to the homeless guy, I go, hey, man, give me a piece of chicken. And the guy goes, that's my chicken. Just get your own chicken, So he gets all mad all of a sudden.
No good deed goes unpunished. Norm, you always had the best homeless guy story. I remember you told me once that you said, I feel sorry for homeless guys, but I really feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog. Because the dog's thinking, wow, this is the longest walk I've ever been.
You remember that one?
Yeah, and then you used to say, hey, pal, I can do this on my own.
Oh, my God.
That was one of my favorite
That
jokes.
was a joke for my nightclub act.
Yeah, well, listen, I used to follow you around on the road. I was a bit of a Norm groupie. What are you eating now? Do I hear you taking something?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not professional.
No, but what? I'm just intrigued. What are you having?
No, it's not right, man.
No, but it's 8:43. What do you like to put in your pie hole?
I know, but you don't see that on This Week with George Will. No, what's it called?
This Week with George Stephanopoulos.
I'm eating a Tangelo.
Mm-hmm.
It's some sort of a damn hybrid of a fruit.
Right, and I remember it used to always be the Mixed Nuts Improv Troupe would stand up there and set up the proposition that they were at Tangelo and request a film genre. Somebody would say Peckinpah, and they would all go into slow motion, if I'm not mistaken. That was
That's called a Tangelo?
Yeah, so that was the fruit they would always give. When they'd say, give me a fruit, and people would say Tangelo to throw them off. And then they say, what's the Tangelo participating in? And they'd say bowling. And then they'd pretend they were Tangelo holding a bowling ball out in front of them. And then they would say, alas, poor Uric, and they'd have a genre change. You remember that.
I know, but I did do improv once. I took an acting class.
Oh, God.
Man, that didn't go well.
How'd that go? What was that?
It was horrible. And, there was this one part where it was improv, and they said, like, just pick a something to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't think of anything. I later realized I would sweep up, like, every week.
Mm-hmm.
I figured there's always a guy that sweeps up, you know, in any situation.
Right.
But I couldn't think of anything for the life of me. That's my big problem with that improv. And a guy handed me something invisible, obviously, right? The other actor, and I just thought it was a grapefruit. I don't know why. It turned out to be a live child. I was like cutting it in half and pretending to put a cherry in the middle. It turned out to be an infant. So then he's like, "What are you doing, my baby?" You know, I'm like, "Oh, come on, can it be a grapefruit?" Like, what's the difference, really?
Well, yeah, just as long as you affirmed. You know, that's the main rule in improv. You always have to affirm. You never deny.
Oh, you don't?
No, that's the key to it, because it stops down the improv at that point.
Oh, did you ever do that?
I improv once, I think, with Lorne Michaels and John Lovitz, Denitra Vance, and Terry Sweeney. And to this day, if I think about it, I can break out in a cold sweat.
What, live on TV?
No, please, come on. Let's not get crazy. Lorne was trying to get me into the cast when I was on Saturday Night Live, so he used to take the studio space in Times Square near the Brill Building and ask us to improv together.
Oh, my God.
And I was like a firewall. The improv would fly around the room at a high rate of speed. It would hit me, and I was the death of improv. Just completely like Anton LaVey standing there. A dark prince, an inability to move it forward. So it would bounce back off me and go around the other way. And then Lovitz would always go and say, hey, you're the worst improver I've ever seen in my life. So that's my legacy at SNL.
Yeah, it does stiffen you out.
Oh, I can't do it, Norm. I have to be in control. You know that. And I've lost control of this interview, so I'm in a cold sweat right now. Now, what are you doing today? What do you got up? We've got around a minute left. You got anything planned today? What are you getting me for Christmas?
Oh, no, really?
Something.
I'll get you something, man. You like hats?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, it kind of ruined the surprise.
No, just by telling me what it was. Why would I wouldn't interpret anything. Now, listen, I understand you're coming on in the first part of the year while I continue. I'm going to pass a knotted cloth through my colon in the Andes somewhere at a health clinic. And
you're going to colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. I've had those.
Yeah, but I'm having mine done in the IMAX format by David Brashears. So it involves a little more Versed in the arm. But I understand you're going to host for a day. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be better than this, though.
No. Jeez, let's hope not. Because this has been Algonquinian. I love you, Norm. Merry Christmas. The Dennis Miller Show. Bye-bye. Welcome back, folks. Boy, that was tough work with Norm today. Huh?
Yeah. It is worth it.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth, though. Completely impacted.
I equated it to, somehow, sometimes horse race, Norm came out of the box super strong with the identity theft joke, and then, like, 3 gallops in, he just breaks down.
Right.
And they had to bring in that shield and put it around him and just put him down.
I'm the one who has to put him down. And I love Norm. I mean, he looked at... I don't need much prep work, but is Christian available now, or is he still on with Norm?
Now he's doing the good stuff?
Yeah.
Off the air with Christian.
Christian, put Norm back on. If he's still on. You have anything to add?
He's off now?
Okay.
All right.
Well, folks, we were supposed to be joined this segment by the great Norm Macdonald. What's that? What's that, Christian?
He's with us.
No way.
Norm!
Yeah, that's why. Are you making a joke? Because sometimes.
No, God forbid I do that. Let me read some of these tour dates off for Norm, by the way. And can I tell you, I've often said there's 5 guys on the planet I get up out of my chair and go pay my money to see. Nobody funnier than Norm Macdonald. He will be at Cobb's in San Francisco. That's a great venue up there. Jan 9 through 11. This is next year. Jan 9 through 11. Jan 17th, Richmond, BC. I've done that gig. That's a great one. January 22nd in Medicine Hat, Alberta. I've not been there. I think I toured once, and that was in between Brigadoon and Shangri-La, but I didn't make it over there. January 23rd, Regina, Saskatchewan. January 24th, Edmonton, Alberta. 25th, Grand Prairie, Alberta. And January 30 and 31, Raleigh, North Carolina. Do yourself a favor. This is a comic genius. Norm, the last time I talked to you were working with a puppet. Does that still hold true?
Why? They're not called puppets, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are they?
Ventriloquist dummies. And even that is a little apathetic, but...
What would you imagine they'd like to be called in a perfect
Well,
world?
I call them my friends.
Yes, of course.
My friends in the bag. Christian wanted me to do this, but I don't know where that bag is.
What were some of the puppets? Who was your rat pack in there?
I had my regular guy, Brad. He's just my buddy, you know. And then I got this old man, and I had trouble with him. He's too cranky.
Right.
And it turned out I don't even want to mention what he believed.
And weren't you also beginning to work with a young Chippewa girl?
Oh. Now, that one was too expensive. I wish I could find my Richard Nixon doll, because now they have that Frost-Nixon debate.
Yes.
And I do have a Richard Nixon doll.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm calling him a doll, but he's somewhere. But I haven't even started working with him on the road because I'm not very good at it yet.
No. If you use the Nixon doll, you have to hold his arms up and have him say, "I am not a doll." And then you know what'll happen then? Oddly enough, as in Rosemary Woods Land, you'll be greeted by 17 and a half minutes of silence.
Man, that impression was, I would say that's about equal to Frank Langella's.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Frank Langella sucks.
As Dracula, no doubt. Now listen, where you been? You been on the road? You got any road antics for me? What's happening out there?
What, in the heartland?
Yeah, where you been? Some of these dates, you're getting out there into the tertiary markets, my friend.
Oh yeah, man. I play small nightclubs in the heartland.
I'll
tell you one thing, they love you.
Me?
Yeah, they're always like, when are you going to be a dentist next?
Wow, that's cool, man. I didn't know we were out there. I didn't even know I had an affiliate in Medicine Hat. Now, what do you do when you're up in Medicine Hat? You get off the stage at, 9:30? You're looking to cruise. Where do you go? To some bar where you buy drinks with pelts, or what's happening up there?
No, unfortunately, I don't drink,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't do any drugs, and I'm not promiscuous, so I don't do anything. I just go back to the hotel. I just basically, like, when you're on the road, other than the hour that you do stand-up, you know.
Yes, you lay dormant.
Well, you have the life of a drifter. So a lot of it's trying to find food. But you know what I found is, as I travel through the country...
Tell me, Mr. Sullivan.
And this might be, who knows, this might be profound.
Well, we'll write it down and analyze it.
But I was in this place called, I think it was called Malleyville, Iowa, you know?
Oh, sure.
So I noticed, like, the local comics, like, they'd get up and they go, "Hey man, I'm happy to be here. I just came from Wadsworth," and everyone would like, they'd laugh, you know. So I talked to the owner, and he's like, "Oh, those guys from Wadsworth, they're idiots," you know. It turned out Wadsworth was just about 18 miles down the road from Malleyville, Iowa, right?
Who's booking you, Harriet Tubman?
You're not letting me get to my profound point.
No, I'm just, for God's sakes, these places don't even exist.
Well, no, I'm actually making up these names.
What are you, at the Shady Rest this week?
No, I'm making up the names to protect the innocent.
All right.
And the guilty.
So get profound.
Yeah, I only have one profound thought every few years.
All
so
right.
The last thing I need is somebody, you know.
Interjecting.
No, I love interjecting. But listen, so I went on stage and I said, "Listen, folks, you know, you keep making fun of these fellas from Wadsworth down 18 miles down the road from you, pretending they're all stupid. And I'm sure they do the same for you, but you know, no one could be more alike than you guys, you know? And if there's any hope for the world, anyway, he got no laugh.
Shocking.
Pretty well destroyed my set, you know? Because they're yelling, Wadsworth, why do you go for Wadsworth, you know? And, but doesn't it show you something?
Yeah, sure.
How's the world going to get together if Mallyville
And Wadsworth can't even pull it together.
Yeah, it's not that profound.
That was the whole thing?
Hey, I saw Matlock.
Only you would refer to Andy Griffith as Matlock.
Well, I you know, I don't want to get too arcane. Yeah, his real name's Andy Griffith, but now he calls himself Ben Matlock.
Where'd you bump into him at?
He was at the airport, at the LAX.
You're kidding me. Now that would be a thrill for me.
Oh man, it was incredible because like I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, and then later when he changed his name to Ben Matlock.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there. So I see they have an Archie comic. I haven't seen Archie comics for years, and so I'm reading the Archie comic. He's reading a really big book, you know, like he's like you know, like real smart, you know. I guess.
Yeah, he's
So-
Andy Maber.
So I'm looking through my Archie book and my Archie comic, which I haven't seen in a long time. And it was actually a good one, like Jughead. He gets a job at Pop's Chocolate Shop.
Yeah.
And Jughead is you know, he's kind of a never-do-well, for those of you who don't know him. And so it's kind of surprising to Archie and Reggie Mantle. Like, they're like, what? Jughead got a job, you know?
Exactly.
Seems weird. He's like a short order cook at Pop's Chocolate Shop.
Yeah, he's like Screech with a squint.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
a crown.
So it turns out they're like at the end they're like, Jughead, you never work. Like you're just a bum, you know, that likes hamburgers, likes to eat hamburgers. He says, yeah, that's right. And you know those big chef hats they wear? Jughead pulls his chef hat off. It's filled with hamburgers. So the only reason he got the job in the first place was so he could steal all these hamburgers from Pop's Chocolate Shop.
Well, you know, they say that 90% of the heat in a human's body escapes through the head. So actually, to keep them in there is wise. It keeps the buns softened, like Pink's over at La Brea and Melrose. And by the way, I don't know if you've caught the new Archie, but Midge has to extend the restraining order on Moose from 30 to 50 feet. And call in Gavin DeBecker, because Moose evidently on some anabolics and a little crazy at this
Little
point.
handsy.
All right, Storm and Norman, it's good to talk to you, brother. Let me tick these off again real quickly. This is all in January of next year. 9/11, Cobb, San Francisco. 17th, Richmond, B.C. 22nd, Medicine Hat, Alberta. 23rd, Regina, Saskatchewan. 24th, Edmonton, Alberta. 25th, Grand Prairie, Alberta. And the 30th and the 31st, Raleigh, North Carolina. And you know, your story about Andy Griffith reminds me once that I, at LAX, at a luggage carousel, ran into the great Ray Ralston, my favorite Martian. And I asked him if he could pop the little antenna up. He hit me in the windpipe with a ridge hand. I still suffer thoracic damage from it. So I know what it's like to meet a hero like Andy Griffith. Norman, what do you got planned today? What are you going to do?
Well, I was going to tell you my Matlock story, but...
No, go ahead. Sorry. I've got time. Go ahead. Recount. I thought you had to go. Go ahead.
No, I remember I was telling you about how I met Andy Griffith.
Yes.
So he's reading this big book, you know.
Oh, right,
so
that's it.
I say, I'll sidle up beside him and pretend to read a big book myself, you know, and then we'll get in a discussion, right? Because I didn't want to just bug him, you know.
That's how you meet people.
And I was hoping maybe he'd, by some crazy chance, maybe recognize me or something. So I stand beside him, and he's reading and everything like that, and I'm talking to him and everything. Anyways, turns out the guy's not Andy Griffith. Just an old man. So now I'm just talking to an old man who clearly is always like mistaken for Andy Griffith, but uses it, you know, because I'm like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and who would talk to an 85-year-old man? So this guy's just milking it, you know.
Oh, Norman, I love you. I'll talk at you down the road. The Dennis Miller Show. We are joined now by comedian / ventriloquist, and I still see he's acting, as I see a listing here on the sheet that he will be appearing in Adam Sandler's new movie,
Funny People, currently in production. That sounds like a fun shoot. I wish I was on that one. Norm Macdonald, welcome to the show, Norm.
Hey, Dennis, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Norman. Where are you guys shooting Funny People at, and are you having fun with it?
Oh, yeah, man, we're having a riot. I play a stand-up comedian.
Wow, you're kidding me. What's the movie about? Stand-ups in general?
It's about stand-ups and how they're actually sad or something like that.
Where's the shoot taking place? Los Angeles?
They just pick me up in a car and I get out.
All right. It's somewhere in this time-space continuum, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just I wanted to be sure. Who's in it besides you and Adam? Any other comedians?
Sarah Silverman, the great David Tell.
Oh.
So it's chock full of
chock-a-block, as they say.
Bad actors.
You snuck one in on me there, Norman. Now, what are you doing for are you a big holiday guy? How do you help the human condition around the holidays? Do you do charity work, or do you just get out there and be Norm? Is that enough for the world?
Well, no. Every year I go down to the Laugh Factory. The great Jamie Masada has a Christmas thing where he opens the doors of the Laugh Factory to the homeless. So I go down there with Freddie Stoller and we ladle out some gravy and turkey and.
Have you ever had a homeless guy in the middle of his set and you've come in and bumped him because you were on network television?
No, they don't do sets.
Oh.
No, we give food to the home. Actually, John Lovitz is going to be doing a set this year, so it's not entirely free, but everything has its price.
Guys out there, homeless people doing the 20-second injury timeout gesture. Hey, enough, liar. I'm trying to have some giblets over here, okay? Can you lighten up?
Jamie wanted to tell me also that this year sex offenders are